Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. I'm Tracy Shuchart, senior economist, and here's what happened while we were away. Anthropic has picked, shocking, I know, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and JP Morgan to lead its initial IPO. Anthropic is now weighing going public as soon as October and valued at $965 billion after the latest funding round, making it the world's largest private company and eclipsing OpenAI's valuation for the first time. Hedge funds that are not sold on Elon Musk's rockets to tweets empire are hitting up Jefferies, the bank, the investment firm, to see if it can arrange bets against SpaceX shares once they go public in one of the most highly anticipated public offerings ever. Jefferies made a statement saying that Jefferies is not promoting any shorting activity regarding SpaceX or any IPO, but once shares begin trading, we will facilitate balanced two-sided market activity for our clients as an independent platform. Moving on, Vitol warns that the next crunch could be a gasoline crunch. So far, diesel and jet fuel have been most impacted, pushing up prices. So oil refiners in the U.S. and globally, for that fact, have been responding by skewing their output towards those two fuels and inevitably ending up producing less of other petroleum products, namely gasoline. So we're already starting to see some strain of gasoline supplies in the U.S., also elsewhere. And we just have to remember, and I keep telling you guys, we're heading into summer. That's going to put more pressure on both jet fuel and gasoline supplies. So there is that. Walmart has pointed out that they were speaking today saying that high gas prices are straining U.S. households and low-income consumers are experiencing greater pressure. This is a quote from them. It's really the stress point is the price of fuel. Hopefully, we'll see some relief on energy prices. The company is viewed, obviously, as an economic barometer due to its large size and reach in all parts of the economy. So they did post solid earnings the latest quarter, but they did, if you remember, say that higher costs have weighed on profit, and they will not be able to absorb those costs moving into the next quarter. The yen, if anybody is trading the yen, I'm not sure, but we briefly traded again above 160, so lower on the futures chart. Just remember that that is sort of a level that the BOJ and MOF are particularly watching. This is kind of a Forex traders kind of pushing back against what they feel is a bad policy by the BOJ because they are trying to raise rates, but at glacier speeds. And so if you are trading that, be aware that we could see another rate check from the U.S. because the U.S. has gotten involved. Besant already admitted that, and or an actual intervention. And the rates market, moving on to the rates market. The rates market expect a hawkish pause from the Fed in June, but now we're signaling that September is now in play for hikes as firmer inflation puts credibility ahead of Chair Kevin Warsh's dovish image. The belief is now the new chair will be a dovish influence on the FOMC policy deliberation, but the front end is sending a different message. Swaps now imply a high probability of a 25 basis point hike by the end of the year, with September 2026 SOFR futures seeing a buildup of positions in the past several sessions. And more broadly, dovish upside hedges are being liquidated while downside structures consistent with higher rate outcomes are growing. And last but not least, this one is for Salma. New York City has lifted the watch party ban. New York Knicks fans will once again be allowed to congregate outside Madison Square Garden to watch the team compete in the first game of the NBA Finals. New York Police Department granted a permit for the watch party outside of MSG ahead of tonight's matchup with the Spurs. And with that, I'll hand it to Jim for an Edge report.
Thank you, Tracy. Let's take a peek at the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin's making a big comeback. Not really. A little bit of retracement back up to the very infamous 20 EMA cloud. We're going to learn more about that with our upcoming representative from the state of California. Eureka, by the way, is the state of California's motto, in case you didn't know that. We do have the 9 simple kind of arcing up, though. Jax 2 is not a factor today, but guess what? One day min was. Again, a Mentor Q, one day mins, one day maxes. When you start making new lows, you start making new highs. These are great targets, and this was also for the Bitcoin. And we kind of wicked through it once and just kind of buyers brought us back up here a little bit. We're still trading below the value area right now with respect to the session volume profile, but we're still have a kind of a really small retracement back up right now. Pressure is still the downside for the Bitcoin right now. We're still south of that 67,000. We're south of previous sessions lows right here. Almost a double bottom if you consider overnight action so far here as well. But again, I'm looking for places to get short, and I have my eye on that 20 EMA right now, and that's at 66,260. S1, haven't seen that yet, but another good target on the downside for the Bitcoin. If we could muster a little bit of a little bit more of a sell-off going into the rest of the afternoon. Now, we do have that target, though. Again, I have it mislabeled again. March 30th, 2026. 65,105. Didn't quite get there, missed it by this much, but it's still on my radar screen. Look at these red candles here. We have, 1, 2, 3, 4 lower lows, several higher highs. This is certainly a sell-off. All the moving averages are moving over, and the 21's crossing over the 50. We already talked about that. RSI is almost on my keyboard right now, less than 30. So that's the story of the Bitcoin. Let's kind of move over, though, the E-mini S&P. And you know what I'm going to tell you? Bearish engulfing candle here on the daily. It's just kind of sitting on that 8 EMA, tapping it right now on a daily chart. Didn't close below it. We'll see if we do. The day is still young. But you know what I'm going to tell you? Let's see. Let's look for the one-day min. Oh, there it is. 75.65. Yep, wick through that one again. We start making new lows after the IB. Look for those one-day mins, those one-day maxes. If you don't have Mentor Q on your radar screen, then come to the show and I'll tell you what they are. In any event, we kind of had buyers kind of bounce up off of that. Distribution's kind of funky here. We got a really high vol level right here, high histogram bar for the volume profile, just south of 75.80. That's kind of where we're trading right now. So this is where price happiness is right at the second. The official point of control is a little bit higher than that at 87, and we have this kind of volume deficit here. I'll call it that. I know the young people call it something else, but right now we're bumping up against that volume deficit. Above there, we just have almost a volume gap, I would call it, between what happened overnight and then what happened after the initial balance bell rang. I have a rectangle there as well. That would be serious amount of support in my mind if we get up there. I don't think we're going to. High vol is also really, we talked about this morning. This high vol level acted as a perfect area of support. Now, yeah, we had a little bit of a candle close above it earlier, but then we just sold off and we haven't seen it since. Remember, high vol level, 75.95, that is where gamma flips, and gamma is negative now. So you did see that kind of sell-off kind of happen relatively rapidly once that happened. Right now, we're retracing back up. There's that 20 EMA again. We're right at it as we speak. One candle closed above it, a little bit worrisome. But again, if you're looking for places, to get short, we're getting close upon one, especially when we get to that point of control and maybe that VWAP if we get any buyers to pop in here in the rest of the day. CCI is 35, so anywhere between 150 and minus 150 for the CCI is kind of it's no man's land, right? And I want to see velocity. I want to see a big negative number turn into a big positive number fast, a couple of candles. Then that tells us we have some really good momentum. This is slow momentum right now, according to this particular indicator. So that's the story. That's the story right now. We'll see if we move off of this IB low. That's another area that's very important to me. That's a 74. We'll see if we end up below that or above that right now. But all signals suggesting maybe time to get short. That's my opinion. We'll see how it goes. That is this afternoon's end report. We are ready for the main event. We have three superstar traders trading the close with us today. We have representing the great state of New Jersey. We have Salma with us. Liberty and prosperity is the keyword there for New Jersey.
And the G word.
Oh God.
Oh, boy. All right, we're not going there. And then we have the great state of Pennsylvania represented with Stowe here with us today. Virtue, liberty, and independence. That is the great state's motto. And then, of course, we do have California, the Sunshine State. But really, their motto, and I'm not kidding,
The real
is
G word.
Eureka. So there we go, Christian with the
What'd you call
Eureka moment. Loosely translated into "I found it." So there you go, buddy. Any event, how you guys doing today?
Oh, good.
All right.
Fine.
Good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Let's take the temperature here. Let's go around the panel. Stowe, what are you thinking, man?
I don't know. I traded today like a total idiot. I don't know. I can't think of a appropriate word for it, but not stoked. Gonna have to tell the diary about it later. I have a good long now. It's kind of gotten as far as I wanted it to get. If we retrace the whole thing, I'll be surprised, but I don't know. I had to switch to MES. I had to size down because I was really offsides. But that was some good process wins. I felt good about, I felt good about some stuff today.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. What was your vibe score, real quick, this morning? I can't remember.
I was like 78.
Wow. Okay.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't go. Today's my off day. I didn't exercise this morning though, because I'm not supposed to.
Yeah, that's good for a few points. But you know what? If we grade on a curve, you got a solid B. If we're grading on a curve.
But did not exercise and mess with me. I don't know. Do I need to get that out in the morning? I might need to come up with something else.
All right, sounds good. And Sunday we're releasing this into the wild, right?
I think so. Soft beta on Sunday. We'll see.
Sunday.
I'm not trying to be too loud about it, just in case I break something.
Wait, you're releasing it?
Yeah, man, it's coming out on Sunday. I don't know how yet we're gonna announce it, but we'll do it on the YouTube show on Sunday night if you want the heads up. And then, assuming nothing breaks Sunday night into Monday, I'll probably tweet about it.
Sweet. All right. Salma, what are you thinking?
Hi. No surprise here. I'm not too convinced with this push up here. I am short both the YM and the Russell. I don't like the low that we put in. We came really close to sweeping previous day low on YM, literally maybe 9 points, and we completely started to push. And then same thing on the Russell. We came, 1 point away from sweeping previous week low, and then we bounced, and I just don't like that low there. I would prefer for us to have swept and then for buyers to step in. So I'm not really too convinced on this push here. So I am short both of those for now. If I get stopped out, then I get stopped out, but that's my trade right now.
All right, I'm rooting for you for sure.
Thanks.
I like it.
Appreciate it, Jim.
Christian, what are you thinking, man?
Well, we came down into support and had a pretty straight uptrend from there. We were at the daily 90 main ES. We were back testing that prior breakout. Off the conversation we had last week on the developer edge, we had divergences into that low. So I used that to get long NQ twice. And so as long as this continues to hold, I think we're in a sideways to higher market. We do have Broadcom earnings and someone else. So I think maybe we can just be range bound into the close. already hit my targets here, so I'm down to just a runner, but we'll see if it's chopping to the close and as we wait for earnings.
Very awesome. Very awesome. All right. And before I dip into the chat, I want to remind everybody, very special day today. Immediately following trade the close, 4 p.m. East Coast time, we have a very special edition with Jared Tendler. Retail Therapy is the name of this segment. And Jared's going to have a couple of different traders on live discussing some of their trading troubles that they're having. Jared's going to diagnose this and come up with a game plan to maybe address those issues. We all have them. I have them every day still, and I've been doing this for decades. So it's a great session. Jared will take a couple questions if we have time. We'll have time at the end. So if you want to come and ask Jared some questions, he's a fantastic human being and very smart dude. So looking forward to that at 4 o'clock East Coast time. All right, dipping in the chat, you guys. Best of luck. I'll be watching and rooting for you all three.
Ciao, Jim.
Bye.
Thanks, Tommy.
Take care, Jim.
Bye. Chris, it's AVGO and CrowdStrike.
Oh yeah, 2 names that I own. So we'll see.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Hope they push for you.
I hope so too. We'll see. How's everybody doing? Good afternoon, chat.
Yes, good afternoon, chat. Good to see you again, Salma.
Good to see you too. It's been a long hour. 2 hours.
Yes.
Oh, you guys were this morning?
Yes.
Yeah, somebody was late, but
I was late. It was the first time ever. I feel terrible about it. I wasn't even doing anything.
he was just dilly-dallying. He was just chilling.
Yeah, I was just goofing around. So dumb.
Nah, it's okay. It happens.
Yeah.
You were not at the gym. That's what you were not doing.
No, I wasn't at the gym. Well, I wasn't allowed to go today.
Wait, why?
My thing would yell at me if I went.
Really?
I got to take a rest day. Yeah. I got 1 rest day a week. It's Wednesday. But I'm probably still going to go hike with the kid later. It's really nice
wait,
outside.
you didn't go in the woods?
No, I was gonna go in the woods, but I'm like, oh man, I only have an hour and a half. That's not enough time to go to the woods and make it back before I got to cover for Leo. So here I am. I'm just staring out the window at the sunshine.
All right. Well, maybe you can go after this.
Maybe.
All right. So you are short, right? Salma? Is that 2
Yeah.
positions or 2 of the same chart? Oh no, they
No,
are.
2 separate positions, short the YM and short the Russell. I honestly should have probably just stuck to the YM, but if the YM goes, then Russell should come down with it.
Yes, it is morning for us. DJ trades.
Hi,
This is gonna
guys.
be
Hi, chat.
diabolical if this goes all the way back up to the open.
Please don't say that.
I mean,
Don't even put it out there in the world.
I can't back you up on these lows. I think these lows are fine. So, and I'm the dude that is the most critical of poor highs and lows, maybe of all time. Call me Dalton Jr.
Call you a hater?
I'm not a hater. I just crush a lot.
Dead.
Don't hate the game.
Did you just hear what he just said?
Yeah.
That's right, baby. I might have traded like garbage today, but I'm still sharp.
Nah, you're fine.
It was choppy.
Big pun.
Choppy.
This week go by fast for anybody else, or is it just me?
Just you. This thing's crawling.
I wouldn't mind if it was Friday, but whatever.
Why? What's going on this weekend?
Nothing. I just love the weekends.
Aren't you pumped for the Knicks?
Yeah, tonight.
This is gonna be
Hell
sick,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I might even watch. What do you want me to do? knowing my powers of
Just-
jinxability, would you like me to come over and root for the Knicks, or would you like me to go over and root for the Spurs? You can
Oh
pick.
hell no! If you're a jinx, go root for the
Oh
Spurs.
hell no!
I don't know if I'm
Oh,
a jinx, though.
hell to the
I won't.
no.
I won't know until after the fact. So I'll let you make the decision. Maybe XY is not in the chat, I'm sure, but we can
No,
get.
he's definitely not here. He's probably still somewhere wearing his jersey. Chris, you watch basketball?
Go sports.
Go
That's all
sports.
I'll
Home
say
run.
about that. Never got into sports. I was sick growing up, so didn't know much about that.
Well, now you can get into it.
Whoa.
Yeah, what is that?
Heyo.
See the tape picking up.
That was a large
Oh yeah, I
and
like
in
pickleball.
charge market order right there. Holy Moses. Yikes. I'll be curious to see what happens now.
Yeah.
Wow.
How much was that? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was probably if it came down from 82 and got to 78, it was at least, I don't know, 500. I don't have the time and sales up, so I didn't see it, but 5 to 750 marketed in,
Jeez.
which is a lot
Yeah.
for the middle of nowhere. So, yeah, that's fun. It got eaten up quite quickly, though. It was
Yeah,
a
it
lot.
went nowhere.
It was a lot more on NQ, I think. It really slammed NQ a whole 20 points. Yeah. No time and sales up, but
Someone in chat said maybe news is incoming. Maybe.
nah. I just probably, I don't know. It's just weird. It could be anything. Could be some guy named Keith accidentally pressed the wrong button somewhere.
God damn it, Keith! Not again.
Keith! Will somebody get Jared off the bid, please? Will somebody get Jared off the bid? He keeps pressing the wrong button.
Let's go higher.
Freaking Keith, dude. Hey, Nick. What's up, brother? Nick, have you finished trying to break the thing? I need to know if you're done. Nick tried to break the journal and he said Claude found 0 vulnerabilities, which means there must be at least 50. And I'm nervous now.
I still have to check that out. I promise I
Yeah.
will.
Do you promise?
I didn't realize I
Pinky
do.
swear?
I didn't realize, yeah, swear.
You know, I gave Jim the beta and he's been using it every day, sending me screenshots.
Do you get to see what I input?
Nah.
That's like a yes, but I can't let her know.
I probably could, but I wouldn't. I don't know how. I'd have to look
Dear
in the
diary.
database.
You're gonna read some crazy shit.
There's not much room to input like actual words. It's not really that kind of journal. Yeah, I see some of you have used Google to get in.
Guys, you can just DM me. I'll send it to you.
I knew you were the leak.
You guys, you want to beta test on my behalf? Just DM me.
Oh, good. Thanks, Radish. Thanks, homie.
Look, they're like word to DM. Just joking.
Listen, if you're sliding in to Salma's DMs to get access to something that my dumb ass coded, you'd have way too much time on your hands for a Wednesday. That's for sure.
All I'll say is you better DM the right account. Do not DM fake.
There are a couple. You got some fake Salmas.
Too many.
There's a I've only ever found one, I think one fake Stowe that was ever brought to my attention, and he was a crypto Stowe. And I thought about getting him removed, but I wanted to keep him around just in case he's an alternate version of me who actually understands and trades crypto. I didn't want to delete him from the timeline.
Bro, like the pages on Twitter don't even try anymore. They just like will change a letter from your name. So instead of it being Stowe, they'll take the O and change it into an A, and then
Yeah.
they'll be like Stowe assistant. Like, why would I have an assistant page, and why would they have my name and my picture? It's like the dumbest thing ever. And then people fall for it all the time.
Yeah, I get people with an alt that I made, Chris trading Bixes, all the time. I get them sucked into a group.
Funny.
We don't trade anything though. We just talk about tacos and stuff.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna take Jim to some tacos when he's in LA.
Dude, can I come? Can I go? Because
Yeah.
all right, cool. I always get little news that like, oh yeah, I'm good. Me and XY and Chris and Shab we're all gonna get some dinner, and I'm like, oh great, cool. Sucks to be me.
Must be
Over
nice,
here.
yeah.
Middle of America. Freezing my nards off most of the time.
Higher we go. I'm sorry for being excited, Salma.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Wow.
Yeah,
we moved
I like when those
20
little
points.
liquidity breaks get bid quickly like that. That's a nice. This is where we need to get past in NQ. You get back above this 670 guy.
6-7.
6-7. Jerry, good question. I don't know. I don't have any updates on the leg to leg delta thing. That's more of a Leo question, but he said a couple weeks. He's just a busy dude. This is a pretty gross bid.
Yeah, I
It's
don't like this.
It's very rude. There's no prisoners. Hey, man, dude. See, man, dude. Great feedback there. Should be soon. When is soon? I don't know. If you're looking to me to define soon for you, I can't help you there either. Stowe's VWAP band sloping down. What that means? They're not really. It's pretty flat.
Luke, what are you saying, Luke? Candle nerd, we don't know anything about that.
I might. Don't speak for me.
Oh, do you now? Please do tell.
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. But
We wish
I
we
didn't
knew.
I don't want to get DQ'd without getting to read the comment.
I didn't want to go anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they said LA was on the table. That's why I was thinking I'm trying to get that taco hookup. Because like Chris, can we go to like? Do you have like 4 places? Can we just do like a taco fest?
Oh
That
my
sort of
God.
thing?
I would. That's a fantastic night.
All right, cool. There we go. Looks like
Well,
me and Chris are
I
on the
don't know
same
if we'll be
page.
able to get to many places because like the most popular ones, probably like 30-minute, 40-minute wait, but they're worth it. And these
All
are
right.
like I'm talking about like that kind of wait on a taco stand, not at a restaurant.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. That's cool. I'll stand online. It don't bother me. I'll wait.
Yeah, they're
I'll wait
super
for
delish.
tacos.
Am I executing on the 5-minute? No, this is the 2-minute. I have not looked at the 5-minute in months, probably. I should. Are my zones fib levels? No, range extensions. No. They are a they include mathematics. So it's a combination of support and resistance from historical data to proprietary stuff that I would love
Combination.
to share, but it took me 5 years to come up with these zones, and I just, I cannot just give these out.
Classic.
Damn, he's gatekeeping.
Classic gatekeeping alpha. How dare you spend 5 years of your own life and not give them away for free to people that probably won't even pay attention when you explain them?
Yeah. I mean, they're available for members of my group, but it comes with education. Like I have to create education around them.
Salma, why aren't we in Chris's group? Do you think he would have slid us, complimentary invite by now?
You guys can join.
He doesn't like
no
us.
problem.
What kind of emojis you got in there? Anything good?
What kind of Pepe's?
You guys are probably bored. Not many emojis like that.
Stowe, join mine. I got all the Pepes.
You got some good Pepes? All right.
Bro,
Great. Let me in, baby. I need emojis.
Come on in.
All right.
I actually pride myself in the emojis.
Good. That's half the bat. I assume that's what people are paying for. As emojis, that's what I pay for. That's why I got Discord Nitro, because I need to sling as many Pepes around as possible.
The best thing is when someone drops something I don't have, I have the ability there's a command that I have that I can just copy that emoji and it goes directly into the server. It's the best thing. So I'm out here stealing people's emojis.
The Pepe Thanos.
Sniping Pepes. Salma, nor Chris, nor Jack have sent me an invite. Dude, I didn't know you guys wanted to come in. Leo has access, so yeah, why not?
Oh, of course, Leo gets in.
He asked.
You know
He
what?
asked.
I don't even want to be in there anymore.
Listen, closed mouths don't get fed. You gotta ask.
Thanks, Cats.
But I got you guys.
You can send me a message on X, and I can tell you about the group. But I don't really market it. I have no WAP, right? It's called WAP. I was calling it Whoop. No WAP
Yeah,
link.
I have a WAP, but I'll send Stowe the direct invite link.
I don't have a WAP.
I got you.
I just got a whoop whoop. Juggalos. No? You guys not big ICP fans?
Say ICT? What?
No, I did not.
Like in what's his name? He's like, no. Will Ferrell plays that character. I forget.
No.
Okay, well, we have the YM dropping. I
Okay.
need the Russell to follow suit. Please reject this 900 level. Enough of this pump.
Gosh, NQ is so strong.
Yeah, it's pretty happy up here. Yeah, it made it all the way back to this point of control. Pretty cool. What was that? 230. Okay.
You got Meta at high day. I mean, Meta is really the only green Mag 7 name today.
So far.
So far, yeah. All the other ones are pretty red.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Tesla just went green as well. But everything else is NVIDIA down 3%,
No,
Microsoft
Tesla's
down
been
3%.
green.
No, it just started moving. Like,
Oh, it was at highs. It pulled back, and I guess it's bouncing now.
yeah, yes.
All right, I'm gonna close my long here. 30. I think we can chop now, and I don't know. I'll just trail it. How about that? Let's go into this last higher low here, swing low.
What's that 88 doing? Okay, if we couldn't get over that, let me see. Yeah, that's the top. Okay. So 680, and we'll be trending on the week. And yeah, this is crazy. ES and NQ doing two very opposite things. Boy, do I hate when that happens.
Yeah, a lot of divergence. SC, I would not short ES only because I already have two positions on. I like shorting YM much more than ES right now.
Yeah, I don't love that we rejected that. 87.50. We'll give it a second.
For sure, gonna be dabbling in single stock futures. Yeah.
Oh, Shaggy 2 Dom. Oh my God. Mr. Joseph Platinum. Joke of the day. Joke of the day, homie. Very good. Shaggy 2 Dom. Ah! Oh. What are you gonna trade first, Salma? Tesla?
I don't know yet.
What are
I'm
the
not sure.
tickers? There's
Oh, there's a million. We went through them all yesterday.
Yeah,
No,
there's a
Monday.
lot.
11, no? Am I wrong?
50.
50. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tickers in single stock
Here,
futures.
I'll tell you if I
Costco
can
is
pull
one.
it up.
United Healthcare. There's a bunch of curveballs.
United
in there.
Healthcare.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Who wants
not
to
just
do
tech.
leverage on that?
Right.
Oh my God, all the freaking degens that, yeah, no, there's a lot of people that like UNH. Too many. How do I get this list?
Oh, I have it here. 54 names, 100 times multiplier. AMD, Google,
Oh, I see, I
Amazon,
see.
Apple, AMAT, AVGO, Caterpillar, Intel. So not that many good. Palantir, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, yep.
Not a lot of big movers, like a aggressive volatile. Tesla.
QCOM, CRM. No, there's some good ones. Oracle. Should be fun.
I'll probably just focus on the mags and cost. I mean, I feel like Costco single stock future would be great for like a super swing long because that thing will
You
trend for
can,
weeks.
Costco has, I think like once a month they report forget what exactly they report some numbers, and I have a friend who just trades that one day as a catalyst, and he ends up catching some crazy percentage moves trading options on it. So I'm sure for that day it'd be very nice to trade Costco or the day after.
Oh, you guys are gonna day trade these?
Um
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need to see if there's enough blue and red teammates for me to have some sort of pattern edge, and then I'll decide if I might just start buying a ton of Costco shares and then hedging my Costco shares with Costco futures. Maybe I can maybe there's some maybe there's a wacky spread in there, like what if maybe there's a Caterpillar SpaceX spread I can get, because Caterpillar does a lot of space stuff.
I also want to see what props end up doing with, you know, when this comes out.
Well, I'm only going to swing trade them. I can't day trade these.
They're not. We also talked about this Monday. They're not crazy levered either. I mean, it depends on which like what underlying it is, but it's not that crazy. Yeah, I would love to be a market maker. Are you kidding? That would be amazing. Doesn't everybody want to be an MM?
Bro, if I was an MM,
Mother's
you'd
milk.
never hear from me.
Milk. Milk. Old school. Old school. How we doing on the likes? Don't make me have to do what I have to do Monday. I had to do a jig. I had to dance. I had to do all kinds of weird stuff.
All right.
What's it gonna be?
I gotta play a 15-second set. I don't know. Yeah. Let me see.
FU number says liking the chat makes the market hit your TP. Guess heard it here first. If you thumb up the
124.
stream,
Wow, that's
Yeah.
terrible. 125.
What?
Horrendous.
likes. Do you guys hate
Guys.
us?
You guys don't want to see Selma mad, okay? Please like the stream. Please.
What?
She takes
All
it
right.
out on us.
I'm gonna do it because I'm mostly done trading. If we get to, wait, how many likes did we get to yesterday? What was our goal? We got to 420, right? Or Monday. All right, we got to surpass. I need an afternoon like total that is achievable, but difficult to achieve.
350,
Now we crushed that on Monday.
400.
We crushed that on Monday too.
No, but it's on the afternoon session.
Yeah.
We only have 640 people watching.
Well, that's a problem. They're gonna have to tell their friends to get in here if they want to see the thing.
Do whatever Stowe tells you guys to do. Come on.
All right, if we get to 500, I will play a song on the guitar, an original song written about how much Salma hates this low. That's what I will do. We got to get to 500 likes. So, and I'll know, no King Charles, no bot army. I'll know. And it's canceled if you cheat, by the way.
That sounds like fun. Guys, thumb it up. Let's go.
Tell your friends, tell your family.
Chris, can I walk you through the entry on this trade and what you saw? Yes. So let me bring over this trading view chart where I plot my scenarios, just like how you guys saw me do on the Develop Your Edge segment. I have the wrong one. Okay, so one of the trade ideas and scenarios for today was that if we lost I'm going to focus on ES for a bit, even though I don't trade it, but I use that to reference my trade. Main scenario or the first bullish scenario in ES was if we could hold this bull bear zone at 76.05, which, by the way, bull bear zone pretty much means that every time we get above it, we go up to the other side of the range. When we get below it, we go down to the other side of the range. So if we could not hold the bull bear zone here, then we would move down into prior day low, base support, you have to consider it like as a range here. Like this is just like one range, because we're also back testing the prior couple day. It was really last week, the consolidation from last week, and then the prior day low area. So as we're coming into that area, you also want to highlight that on the 4-hour, and on the daily, we had a megaphone structure. So you have support from that structure here as we came down into it, right? So you have the megaphone structure. You then have the prior day low base support, right, from this consolidation, and the back test of the prior week consolidation. So you have 3 big things telling you that we're coming into support. So then you say, okay, how can I frame my idea there? Well, on the 15-minute, and again, going into, this is part of the developer edge segment, identical here. We had a full trend completion on the 15-minute. You have your breakdown, your low, your bounce, your lower high, your second lower low and lower high. Into that second lower low, we have an RSI divergence, which is, it's an indication that we can bounce from here, that the new low is invalid as we come into support, right? Because that's what it is. It's support until we break it. So I used that ES location in order to get long NQ as we came into the 520s zone here, which it did undercut this 580s backtest area. But you sort of have to say, and I made a comment about this during the stream on the Trade the Segment. NQ likes to undercut and overcut prior support or resistance a lot, right? And by a wide margin. So that's pretty much what happened here. And if you don't have that understanding, you're probably thinking, oh no, we lost the breakout area, we lost support, we're going to go all the way down into prior day low. Well, you can't really think like that until you confirm that the trend is not going to continue lower. On the 15-minute, we did not have a second lower low. We instead had a higher low, while ES did make a second lower low into support. So not only do you have then RSI divergence in ES into strong support, but then you have a divergence, or what people call an SMT, at those lows, right? So all these things are just indications of what's happening here, that we can find a low. So I used my 2-minute entry model, which is, again, focused on trend structure. You have a lower low, first lower low, first lower high, then second lower low. Into that second lower low on the 2-minute, guess what? We have an RSI divergence again. So my first entry here was on the reversal here of this area. Based on everything that I discussed, I was able to take half off at 2R. Why is this not working? It's not deleting. I don't know why. But I was able to take half off at 2R. And then the rest, I did take a stop at break even on the rest, because I wanted to be conservative in case we did make a new low. And like, for example, NQ did make that second lower low. We instead came back down, created a higher low. And I once again took that again in the same area to participate in what I envisioned as a bigger bounce from that daily support, multi-time frame support across, many time frames. And that's pretty much it. But it was something I planned in the morning, right before the market opened. I plan it, and then I wait to see if the sequence of events happen in order to allow myself to expose my account for that risk and allocate capital into it. And so I was able to trade this twice for good profits, and now I'm just down to runners on this last push here. What defines a bull bear zone? My way of seeing that is pretty much when we enter a range, there is usually a 50% mark where it becomes very clear here that when we get above it, we go higher. When we get below it, we go lower. And again, it's usually the 50% mark. Like if you go back in any range, here's last week's range. I can probably ask you, where's the bull bear zone? And you can see it right away, right? It's the 50% mark of this consolidation here at 75.40s. If I go to another consolidation, this is a big one. Let me see if it's on the 4-hour. Here, where's the bull bear zone on this 2-week range? Well, it's at 7,400, right? And it's funny that these zones are exactly there, but these are automated zones. But over time, I was able to understand the structure that's formed inside and outside of consolidations. So I was able to know, how I wanted to plot these zones over time. And but that's another, conversation for something else. But yeah, that's the bull bear zone. It's pretty much the 50% mark of consolidations that can help you sort of understand when to go, not when to go long, but when to know that the environment has changed, right? Like even though we're in an uptrend, losing the bull bear zone meant that we were going to traverse all the way back down to the other side of the range. And we got that. And now, do we traverse all the way back up? Maybe, but it was a great inflection point there for a good trade.
All right, I got the verse written. I just need the chorus. I see you guys are halfway there. It's gonna be good. I hope we make it.
Are you just going to make up lyrics on the spot?
No, I wrote them right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That was quick.
It's like just kind of get the melody in your mind and you can go with it.
Come on, guys. Thumb up the stream. Takes 2 seconds. And Stowe will put on a show. And hopefully your singing and your whole, the whole performance that you're going to put on can actually get the market moving.
Well,
maybe.
Number one, no, it won't. Number two, it'll probably be terrible, but at least we will have made it to 500 likes. And for that, and maybe I can get into the good graces for missing my half hour this morning. That's all I'm really trying to do. I know I owe some folks something right now.
Oh, you're fine.
Shap Cap, thank you for the compliment. Also, Shap, I happen to see your email address floating around. Just saying. I didn't want too many people to sneak in there because I might have to restart everybody when it actually turn it on. So yeah, you know where it is, chap. Let me see what CL did today. Is it still okay? Still frozen. Really found that bottom on Friday, huh? I don't know. Salma, Chris, you got gold pulled up?
Yep.
I don't look at that thing.
What are they asking?
Me neither, brother.
Gold needs AI on their name.
I don't like longs on gold unless we can clear 70 on the 30-minute. But honestly, after yesterday, whatever the hell gold was doing intraday, after that, I just think gold should just not be traded during New York session. I think it's just so much better during Asia. I would just wait. That would be my advice.
There you go. Nah, not really, Coach. Coach Fred, not really. I caught the low, but it wasn't necessarily pretty or anything great. If anything, I'm bumping up into everything I wanted to be long off of this morning. So like 85. We are stuck. I like, this is kind of interesting. I'll pull this up. Rap about this for a second. So this is weird. And when stuff like this happens, I should be trading less. So it's Wednesday. we can start to use the current weekly profiles, which means I can use the weekly bands. ES is stuck in its lower band, right? That's not unusual, but also when you zoom in, it's got this pretty insane hole right here. But yeah, we can't clear this 88 guy. It's also this low here previously. You can kind of call it like this previous mess of a high. So we'll just remember 88. So keep that in your mind. And then we'll go over here to NQ. Where you at, bud? All right. So NQ looks a whole lot different. NQ is struggling to maybe get back above into its +1, but this is an entirely different profile in ES, like night and day. So when those two things are that grouchy with each other, it's going to be a mess. And as predicted, it was a messy day for me to trade. So we'll see where this shakes out tomorrow. Hopefully ES comes up and NQ comes down a little bit and we can have more of a neutral place to take off from. But I don't know. I don't like it. Yeah, sure. No problem.
What is
I
the
am.
R tool on Ninja or TradingView? On TradingView, all I did was customize a Fibonacci tool, but on Ninja, there is an indicator that we created that's available if you're using Ninja. It's called the risk reward tool. Maybe production can share the link, or actually, if you go down to the notes of this stream, there should be a link available. Yeah, get Chris's risk reward indicator. It's probably halfway through the notes if you have Ninja. How long or how did I learn? How did you learn how to trade? How did I learn how to trade? By just sitting in front of the computer for many hours. Did I have a mentor or are you self-taught? No mentor. It was a lot of books, a lot of YouTube. Back in the day, there was nothing like this. This is my 16th year in the game, and it was wild, wild west back then. It was just trial and error, really. I started with options, made money, lost a lot of money, and I did swing trading. I still do swing trading. That's like my main thing. But it's just understanding price structure through time. Like that's your best teacher. You just have to sit in front of the computer and look at price for hours for a long time.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about having to like read a book, but we did have to do that.
Yeah.
If you want it, you couldn't just turn on like one of 5 to 10 streams and watch people execute live. And yeah, it was a very big mystery. Like, yeah.
But it was more classical stuff that, you don't really apply now. Like, what is the distance between the right shoulder and the head for a head and shoulders?
Yeah. Yep.
It just doesn't. Well, in reality, it's like a lower high against a high or a higher low. But you just understand trend structure different throughout time. We all are trading the same trend, but we all have a different perspective on it, different filters to view that and trade it. But it's really the same trend that we're trading. It just depends on your risk tolerance, your belief about the market. Like if you think the market consistently goes up over time, where you're going to be a really bad short. So you have to, I feel like it's more of an internal journey than really learning the trading. Because we all share our profitable strategies here, but if you're looking to replicate that, it's not going to be the same.
Hell yeah. I mean, the journey's all about figuring out how to be like a true psycho and never give up, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Once you realize that, like, once you get to the point where you've figured out how to pay your bills for a couple years doing this, you pretty much are a cockroach and cannot be destroyed. You've overcome so much adversity and so much pain and beaten so many odds that, like, yeah, you're a cockroach now. It feels good.
Why a cockroach though, and not something else?
What else would it be?
I don't know.
A cockroach is a perfect metaphor. That's why a cockroach is why I said that.
I feel like you can easily kill those.
You can't easily kill a cockroach. They're notoriously hard to kill.
Guys, look how passionate he is about
They're
this.
the only thing that's going to be left at the end of the world when everybody nukes each other at the same time. Cockroaches
Touche.
and Twinkies are going to be around.
Touche.
An eagle, a lion, lame, 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 lame. See? Roaches. He's right, though. They can survive nuclear fallout. Thank you. Thank you. I need to have my back chat. Now, do you want me to sing a song or not? That's the other important question. Where are we at?
Guys, thumb up the stream right now.
You don't have to. I'd rather not. I would much rather not.
Cooper said roach maxing.
That's right. Roach maxing. Is that thing over? I'm pretty sure that's over. That guy's done, right? He's done doing stuff on the internet. Are we done hitting ourselves in the face with tiny hammers? Or is that still a thing?
What do I think of Palantir? Well, you know, I was long Palantir on this breakout, but I had to close after this big reversal back down. I think Palantir goes back up eventually. All right, looks like I'll get stopped on my runners here as I trail my position up to the last swing higher low. If so, that'll be it for my day. We're around 100 points.
Dump it. I've been waiting far too long for this to work out.
What do you short? I don't even remember. I feel like it was 1,000 years ago.
YM and the Russell.
Okay.
And it was 1,000 years ago. It's been freaking ages. Just give me TP, please.
All right, I'm out of
Yeah, the NQ's
my
trying to help. NQ's trying to
long,
help.
and that is it for me.
We coming up on 3 o'clock? Feels like
Yeah, we did.
What happened? All right.
Man, it's been so choppy lately.
Cockroach Trades is a good name. If I had to do it all again, I would just do Cockroach 42 for my username. And then Jim would have to be like, and here comes Cockroach. Maybe I could do
What's the significance of 42?
Oh, it's a thing from Douglas Adams' book.
Oh, okay. Don't ask if I've read it.
I'm sure you haven't.
Nope. The wildly improbable ideas of Douglas Adams.
No.
Is that not it?
No, it's not. The series is called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh,
They made that a movie, no?
They did. Yes.
I see that now.
Yep. But he has a lot. I mean, there's books about his writing. He's like a famous. He's kind of a philosopher in some weird ways, but he's funny and clever. He was. He's dead. So thanks for bringing that up too, Salma.
No, I did. Well, I didn't do anything.
Ooh, all right, Mr. 200 lots. You gonna get filled there,
I
Mr.
see him at
640?
40.
Yeah. What are you doing? What are you up to?
Uh,
Let's go, Bears. Let's go.
I'm on your team. I'm on your team. Below 75.88. I know I'm long, but I don't believe it's gonna happen. Below 75.88 and below 675. Bear City.
The Bears.
Polish sausage. Ditka. Ditka. Is that reference lost too, Selma?
Don't ask.
All right. It's an old school Saturday Night Live skit. I'm happy to help.
Chris,
We're
do
just
you know
gonna-
the reference?
No.
Oh, thank God.
I don't think.
Chris
I don't even know what he
Farley.
said. I don't even know if it's in English.
Doubles. The Bears. Yeah, Chris Farley, the Cliff from Cheers. I forget who else was in that sketch. Yeah, Neobine. I'm also a huge Terry Pratchett fan. Of course. Of course. Of course. Gotta be.
Just chopping around now. Down by the river. All right. Very good day.
We ain't making it. We only got 300. There's no way the chat can do 200 likes in an hour.
They're not gonna.
No, they're not gonna do it.
Because we have 700 people watching.
I don't know if I should be offended. I tried to pull out like
An
what
incentive?
what I consider to be a really good incentive, and it turns out when you try to incentivize people with something that you think is of personal value to you, and they decide to shit all over it, and that it's not actually valuable, I guess it can be hurtful. All right, thanks, Jose. Appreciate you. Did you get trailed out there, Chris? We didn't make that lower low. I'm surprised.
No, I put it under that 6:30 low around
Word. Okay.
the 2:40 p.m. low.
Yeah, I see you.
Should have just kept it, but it's all right.
Chuck, what do you want us to talk about?
Oh, thank you, Don's Keys. I always call that guy Donkeys. I don't mean to.
That was funny.
For weeks, you've been calling him Donkey.
Well, it looks like the Donkeys, but it's the Don's Keys. I've been saying I need new specs for a while. I have a feeling I gotta
Stowe
go.
guy just keeps calling me Donkey every time I show up on the stream.
This guy he shows up every day just to thumbs down the stream because I call him Donkeys every day. No, we can talk about prop firms. What do you want to talk about?
Chuck, yeah, we do. I mean, most
Yeah.
props are partnered with Ninja, so
It's not time to sing. There's no way you got 500. 339. Again, chat, you're never going to do it. I don't believe in you. You can't get 160 likes by, I don't know, what do we need? I need it by the algo. I need the last 10 minutes. So you can't just like pull this off and I make everybody stay late because they're already mad at me for missing my shift this morning. Kevin sent me a text and he literally was like, if you do that again, I'll kill you. So I can't, I gotta.
Ayo. Surely Kevin did not say that.
No. I get a lot of spam texts. It could have been spam.
Hey, yo.
The best thing ever, Pax goes on Twitter and he's like, what does AO mean? Bro, Pax, just use context clues.
Pax.
His comment yesterday was funny. I'm dead. Is that right?
He is just too much. Chuck, I think we all here would say that we like Lucid as our main prop.
Yeah.
That's my fave. You can use Stowe and Chris's code. It's Salma OGS.
That's
They
not
both
our
have the same
code.
code. Yeah, it is. I do what XY does to me to you guys.
Oh, we're all sharing a code these days. We're like Captain Planet.
Oh, wait, YM just made new lows. This is good. Use code cockroach.
I am Captain Planet.
Sick. That's got to be old enough. There can't be copyright anything for that, right? That's got to be public domain at this point.
Food. Hey, down, Ollie, down. Oh, come on.
Chris is getting terrorized by a dog. Oh, hey, bud.
Puppy cam.
Hello, pet time. Yeah. Oh, it's a
Go
good
get
pooch.
go get yours. Go get Russell.
Russell.
Rusty.
Rusty.
Ollie, come on. You want to say hi too? Come on.
He's probably sleeping.
You have another one, Chris?
Yeah. This one's Stella, and then the other one's
Rusty.
Ollie.
Are they both the same?
Yeah, Aussie Doodles.
Nice.
Oh, hi. Hey, you came. Good to see you.
This is how we get the like count up.
Oh, you want to say hi?
Guys, it's an orange cat. Just brace yourself.
Oh, he is. Oh,
There
you
he
smell
is.
terrible. You smell like a fish.
Good job. No more.
You smell like a fish.
I feel like I just got ratioed.
What, by pets?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a good boy.
Salma needs a bird.
That would be sick.
I used to have a pet turtle.
Wait, do you have any pets?
No, I used to. Franklin,
get
he
you-
died.
Aw, Franklin the pet turtle. That's perfect. That's perfect. Oh.
There you go. That's Ollie.
Yeah. See?
All right. Go back, do what you're doing.
All right. My quant.
My quantitative.
What's he done? Go play.
Out of
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Vietnam.
Rejecting back down.
Jaro, what are you asking about? Is what free?
R.I.P. Franklin.
Yo,
I had a turtle when I was a kid too.
what are you saying? I'm a kid? I had him like 2 years ago.
Yeah, you're still a kid. What do you mean? You're like
Bro.
21 years old barely.
I would never forget Tanya going like, "You're not the youngest on the part of the crew. Chris is." She was convinced Chris was the youngest.
That's clean living.
I'll take that compliment any day, Chris, if I were you. It's a good thing.
I would too.
I like it.
Is there a prop with static drawdown?
There is, but they're mad expensive.
Yeah.
Like really expensive.
If you're gonna give up it, I would say, I mean, I don't know of one that is worth the trouble. I would say if you're gonna do that, just put what you can into a brokerage account if that's what you need, and just trade 1 or 2 micros. There's nothing wrong with that.
Come on, sweep previous day low. You could do it.
But that all depends. I mean, there's all different kinds of prop firms and different kinds of account structures that make sense for all different kinds of trading approaches. So you have to figure out what works for you. I would just find one with rules that can fit your system. So the less you have to think about the rules, the better. So find one with rules that you don't have to think about.
Come on. Oh, GC just popped.
360.
Oh, you're welcome, Riker. I'm glad you like them so far.
We got 706 people watching. This is why it's doable. If there weren't that many people watching, I would say there's no way we could hit it. But you guys can do 500. That means 200 of you don't have to like this.
Although they should.
You should, but you don't have to.
And it's actually less than. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I just understood what you said.
I'm just looking for like a 75% ratio here. That's it. Is that too much to ask? For once?
Guys, he wants to sing us a song.
I don't, actually. Last thing I want to do. Metamoo, I will answer this question. Metamoo says when y'all say you're profitable, assuming you're not lying, it's a good assumption. Is that as a lifetime as a trader or account, year, or month? I don't really like to say that. I think that this calling yourself a profitable trader is more a product of FinTwit and people who sell Discords and people who sell stuff on the internet than it is something actual profitable traders say out loud to themselves. Because like, I'm profitable yesterday. I'm not profitable today. I have figured out how to pay my bills trading for the last couple years. Could I have made more money? Could I have lost less money? Probably, for sure. But does that mean I'm profitable? Does that mean I'm not profitable? So I don't know. It's just like some rage bait shit when people ask that sort of question. Cause it's like, I don't know. Assuming I'm not lying.
The question is, I guess they're asking if you're profitable, what do you base that off of? Is it your trading career as a whole? Is it per account? Is it on a time basis?
It's not like you don't get like an award in the mail the day
I
that
would
you
say
finally made more than you lost.
I would say it would count as lifetime. Like, since you started trading, that's how you would calculate profitability.
Okay, well, let me throw this at you then. If you go to medical school to become a heart surgeon, are you an unprofitable heart surgeon until the day you pay off all your student loans?
You stumped me.
I don't know. My point is that it's just some dumb shit that the internet made up. Nobody else in the universe would compare their job to that.
Well, you know what? I'll say that in the money management world, you can't really raise money unless you have a 3 to 5 year performance with your strategy.
Well, there you go.
Anything under, they won't consider. How do they know? I mean, how do you know yourself you can last through a drawdown? Some traders don't even know what a drawdown is. They just lose an account, but they don't understand the concept of a drawdown. So how do they know their strategy is a viable strategy? But they just lost the account and they're trading. They're so stuck in the prop game that they don't know what a drawdown is. They don't know how to recover from it. They don't know what type of market they exceed in. Like, there's just so much around that they don't know. They're just trading these accounts and cycling through them. Very unfortunate for them.
I would say that's true of most everybody, though. Like, most people don't dig into any of that stuff at all. Like, they never figure out what their max consecutive loss limit can be with the risk ratio that they're running.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because math is for nerds, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I agree, Neo. I agree. It's a product of the place where most of us can exist and talk to other traders also is a place with an algorithm that rewards P&L posts, like things that get reactions from people. That's why you see people getting in Twitter fights all the time. Most of it's just like wrestling. Like, none of it's real, but it's a good way to get eyes. It's a good way to get engagement. So it's a tricky thing. But I guess when I answer that question, I just say I'm profitable at the moment. Currently, at the moment. I always have the chance to not be profitable. I always have the chance to start to slip into old mistakes and to do old, bad, unprofitable habits. And I try to keep the distance between me and the stupid version of me that used to trade years ago as far as humanly possible.
That's a solid response.
What would I tell the Tradevit user who's stuck on Tradevit about switching to NT? I don't know. Do you want to switch platforms? What makes you feel like you're stuck?
Does your friend know that TraderVate and NinjaTrader are the same?
It is the same. I assume you're talking about like the platform itself, just being on the web-based versus the desktop. I don't know. Don't change anything unless you have to, would be my first piece of advice. If it's working.
Come on, drop.
What do I need?
Is there just like a Russell low that we're dying to pick off right here? Is that what's happening?
It's 85. Low a day is 86.7. Previous week low is 85.1. Would
Okay.
love to see us sweep that. And then for the YM, we came, I don't even know, 1 point from sweeping previous day low. How are we not sweeping it yet? I don't understand.
Yeah.
They're rage baiting me.
Classic.
But Russell's starting to move here. This is good.
Yeah, NQ's trying to throw up also.
This is what I want to see.
Jose, I don't know. That's pretty far away, dude. I don't think so. I don't know if we're gonna break either IB on NQ today. If we run to the IB low on NQ, ES has a long ways to go down. I don't see us getting 150 points in the last 40 minutes.
Higher or
with
lower?
the pace of this tape lower.
Oh, it can always change. Don't say that.
No, because we have
Don't say that.
earnings.
Yeah, I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
Neo, you always spell my name wrong. You're not nice.
What do they say?
Sell.
Selma.
Well,
Selma.
that's, to be fair, that's how you say it in Arabic. So
Selma.
I can, yeah.
Well, if Neo's not Arabic, they don't get a pass. So we're going to need to clarify.
But like at home, that's my name, kind of.
Show us your picture. Are you Arabic or not?
Yeah, we need to do a KYC real fast on Neo. Make sure. I showed the cat, David. Rusty's sleeping somewhere. This is his nap time, dude.
There we
Hello,
go.
Salte.
Previous day low. More.
387.
This turned out to be a banger day.
Good. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah is right. Finally.
You deserve it, man.
Pay her. You don't even need it though. You make like $3,000 a week guaranteed.
Bro, please, somebody said that earlier on the stream, and I'm like, oh, not this again. Not this shit again.
What do you got? A structured settlement? What are you doing?
That's
You called
someone-
JG Wentworth?
Someone made up the rumor that I said 3K a week is guaranteed from the market.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You got a
Right?
guarantee?
Apparently. Shit.
Listen, I don't know how you do it, but don't give it out.
Yeah.
It's
don't leak that alpha,
proprietary,
that's for
guys.
sure.
I can't tell you. I'm
Like
gatekeeping.
guaranteed.
Gatekeeping.
You guys have any trading goals for June?
Hmm.
No, I don't do any of those. You guys set goals for yourself?
Yeah.
And then if
Yeah.
you don't,
How do you get better?
well, I don't know, but I don't know. I feel like that would just make me, it would just make me, what's it called? Hyperfixate on, a number or like the win rate. And then I'll
No, it
just,
doesn't have to be anything like that. It can be like I'm looking to become more efficient in my trading, execute better, prepared better. Things that you may have noticed in the last month that there was some friction there.
oh, okay. I guess I misunderstood. I thought
It doesn't
like,
have to be P&L because that's P&L can vary depending on your goals and objectives in that moment in time when a specific setup shows up.
right. Okay. I don't know. Stowe seems like he's got some.
I'm just trying to prioritize non-trading related stuff a little more. Healthy things, exercise, diet stuff. Yeah. So I'm trying to focus on those, care a little less about the market is my plan. Devote some more, just do more time on projects. Also feel like I let school slip a little bit last week because I was working on something. My balance in life got a little twisted. So
I can imagine it's hard when you have a family.
yeah, it sucks. It's hard. It's a lot of work.
I feel like I'm a robot during the week. Like every hour is accounted for.
Yeah.
And by Friday, I'm like, oh, finally, and I don't even want to go out on Friday night. I just want to like, I'm in bed at 10 o'clock because I'm just so tired from the week.
Yeah.
That's why I'm telling you, I can't wait for this weekend because it's just like a nice 2 days to decompress and to just kind of, I still come to my desk and I still think about the market and do market related things, but at least it's not as intense and demanding as during the week.
Whoa. I said the school sucks, not family. You got it backwards, chat.
Aaron.
I'll start writing this stuff down.
This is what I'm talking about. Chat loves to twist things around.
No, it's just hard.
You're witnessing it.
They're accelerated courses, so it's 16 weeks of school in 8 weeks, and it's all self-paced. So, like, if you tank it, it's on you. And I was struggling to get everything in time last week. I just felt like I had let it slip a little bit. That's all. I don't have any P&L goals though, because I got 3K a week guaranteed. Salma just texted me the alpha, and
Don't share with anyone.
I'm gonna hook it up to my secret computer browser, where that all the insiders have, and we'll be good to go.
Your goal is to earn 5 figures every week trading markets. I think that's a joke.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's.
I do not have social media. I only have a X account. Well, your goal is to earn 5 figures. It's very hard to have a dollar goal. It should be things that create the output that generate the money, not the money. Show up on time, get ready to execute, size appropriately in your A+ setups.
Hey, Mr. Man. Oh, you got your feather. Good for you. He's bringing me his feather that he pretends that he killed every day. It's like, I don't know. It's not the same feather. I know it's the same feather, dude. I know you're not killing the same feather every day.
Thought he was sleeping.
He was. But apparently he's out hunting this singular feather. Brings it to me like I'm supposed to be impressed.
We're just chopping around for earnings.
I can't wait. I always hate earnings season.
What?
Is it the season right now?
Well, no, not really, because we're at the end of it, but it's just like, ugh. Get me out. Enough.
It provides a lot of great swing trading opportunities.
Oh, please. Please do not make me sound like a big earnings hater right now on stream.
You heard it first. Salma hates earnings.
Yeah,
you hate earnings, I do. You hate uptrends.
That's not true.
You were calling the uptrend earlier.
Yes, because it was, and look where we're at now.
NQ's pretty flat. Well, I was long NQ. That you're going off. What is that? YM?
Yeah, YM is doing awesome right now.
Salma, only you and the rest of the unks look at YM. I hate to break this to you.
It's all good. It's all good.
Salma knows what every train stock is doing at all times.
Bro, my dashboard is, guys, my dashboard's OP. It's really, really good.
What's it look like? The Monopoly board? You got Reading? You got, what are the other three? Pennsylvania?
Oh, I can't even.
Yeah, there is a calendar, earnings calendar. I don't know the website, but there is.
E-Whispers on X.
Yeah, E-Whispers is a big one.
All right, it won't let me show a screenshot of my dashboard, so never mind. But yes, E-Whispers on X and Earnings Hub. Those are your main two ones. Crayon lines, I completely disagree. I mean, earnings hasn't been good for the Mag 7 names in probably 4 years. Remember in like 2021, 2022, when earnings used to actually move the market and people used to make a shit ton of money trading like Amazon earnings and every other name? Now that is like patched. Now they just IV crush everyone, steal all your money, and everybody complains the next day like, but I thought I was going to get paid.
The lizard guys came in to patch that part of the sim. That makes sense. Those pesky lizard guys always patching the wrong thing.
Telling you guys, I try and warn every single quarter, nobody listens, and then I always get a, you're right, I was wrong.
Well, it's important for everybody to know how volatility affects options. And usually the only way to learn is
Yeah.
to have an option go from being worth a lot to being worth nothing. And you're like, but price moved.
Well, let me teach you a little something. Yeah, it's okay. People, honestly, I am a huge, like, I really, really do believe that you learn from going through and making your own mistakes. So, unfortunately, in trading, that means you have to lose money, but you'll learn. Okay, I'm gonna just close out Russell here for whatever, a 1 point loss. I'm just gonna ride these YM shorts. Hopefully we drop another 20 points.
Not of the pill. Is that true, Fred? Interesting.
Getting a payout is really hard, yeah. The percentage on that. Go ahead. So
I
sorry.
want to know what Fred coaches. I've been calling him coach for, I don't know, days or weeks. And it just occurred to me, I don't even know if this man's a coach. What do you coach, Fred? Dude, I hope it's baseball. Fingers crossed for baseball. That's funny.
Damn, there's still 24 minutes left.
I know.
Jeez.
Time crawls when you're trying to get 500 likes.
Time crawls when you're trying to just make another extra $50.
If we leave this node, there's so much volume above on NQ. And it has been trying to explore. Jim's laughing. Jim's having a good time. Mr. Soul.
All right, YM retesting previous day low. Tapped into it, now continue dropping.
Is it listening or no?
Kind of.
All right.
We'll see in the next 2 minutes. But NQ just popped as well.
Yeah. I'm trying to watch this 380. Or I'm sorry, it's 680, 675-ish area. I need this for a reference tomorrow. Even though I'm not trading it, I would like to see how this responds. To see if this seller is still sitting here. That will give me some guide for tomorrow if we open above or below it.
Bro, this is the same area where we were at during the morning stream
Yeah.
that Nick hated so much.
Yeah.
All right, what are we at likes count?
Yeah, is it still here? He's still here? Looks like he is.
What did we say we needed? 450 or
I
500?
need 500, dude.
Guys, can we get 93 more people, more lovely people to thumb up the stream?
They don't have to be lovely. They can be horrible people. For all I care, you just need to hit the like.
Well, whatever kind of people you guys are, if you can please just thumb up the stream And Stowe's got a very special surprise.
I wrote it. I wrote it all down. It's right here.
He wrote us a song, and he really wants to play it. So
It's mostly for Salma.
I'm kind of scared, actually, guys. Don't thumb it up. Don't thumb it up. I changed my
Is
mind.
this cringe? This might be cringe. Shit. If my kid was
Take
here, she'd
away
be
your
able
likes.
to tell me. I know. Yeah. Normally, Willow keeps me grounded with cringe or not cringe, and I just realized that I may have ventured into cringe territory by accident. Happens occasionally to unks all around the world. It's not my fault.
It's okay. Even the best fall down sometimes. Tracy, everybody needs to read Tracy's message.
Even the best fall down sometimes.
I was waiting for that. All right, looks like I might get stopped out of this YM here. Stopped out in profit.
Yeah, and Q is partying.
Yeah, dude, where'd I get the second win from?
I think it's because we're in an uptrend.
Actually, there was some news that just pushed us. There you go.
Chris checks notes. Could be
Yes,
this
Jacob.
thing I wrote down on this notepad called uptrend. I don't know.
What
What's up,
moving
dog?
averages? I have the 9 SMA, the 20 EMA, and the 50 EMA.
See, Salma, that's how he gets away with this sassiness, because he
I'm
immediately
telling you, he's so sassy.
he shifts back into just like answering a question in normal calm Chris voice after he does sass McGrass, you know?
You can't keep getting away with it.
He thinks he's on the down low with the sass, but he ain't.
Man.
This is an above average light count for a slow afternoon. That's fair. But what if we do that every day and this light count becomes the new average? You know what I mean? Maybe we should make a light count goal for June. You guys want to do that? Put y'all on a mission.
And back down YM goes. Russell pushing, YM dropping. This is some divergence.
Yeah.
But I have to agree with Chris here. We'll probably just kind of stay somewhere around here until after the bell for earnings.
Yeah, it's pretending like it's just fine holding this 680 spot now. They make this the close. That will be a spicy time for me tomorrow. A freaking Thursday too. Thursdays are rough for me historically. Ooh. Getting spicy. What time is it?
3:43.
All right.
7 more minutes until algo time.
Okay. How'd
Guys,
you do?
that means you have
440.
It means you have 7 minutes to like up the stream.
I'll go get my guitar. One sec.
He says he's gonna go get his guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's because that's what he has to do for the likes.
Jason, you know.
What do I use the EMA cloud for? It helps me visualize support and resistance better because I look at the 20 EMA a lot. So when I have the cloud there, I don't have to be too picky about price being exactly at the 20 EMA. So I have the cloud to help me just visualize that support. It's a range or resistance.
You got Amazon and Apple popping off here.
Which stock?
Amazon and Apple.
Oh, Amazon bouncing?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I need
Can
to
you
go
hear
back
it?
up. No.
No? Okay. We'll have to move the mic. Could be tricky. Could be tricky.
YM back below previous day low.
All right. I'm ready if the chat makes it. If they don't, no dice. What's that? How do I turn that on, Kevin? Okay. These are cool.
You can just go.
Okay.
Kevin knows every setting on Zoom.
Dude, Kevin does know. All right.
You could get
Kevin,
there
how do
too
I
by clicking the
make me better
microphone.
looking on here? What's the setting for that?
They do have something
All right.
for
He
that.
said there is no setting. Okay.
Is it coming through? I can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh shit, we're about a kumbaya up in here.
I can't get an electric guitar going. You did pretty good, chat. 454. Yep. Okay, I got it. That's good. The lows are in, but Salma won't give up. The volume tapered, and all the sellers stuck. It's hard to sweep the lows when stocks only go up. That's as close as I got. Was it pretty
No,
good?
that's good. Keep going.
I got done with words. I didn't think. It's hard to sweep the lows when stocks only go up. That's why every bear. I don't know.
I'm feeling tingly inside.
That was good.
All right, thanks. 458. I'm proud of you guys. You did good, chat. I appreciate you.
Am I in love?
It's cool. We are now. Now you're gonna take me on that taco date. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, guys, that was only for 460 likes. Imagine what he'll do for 900.
And we'll see. I've really been pulling out the stops lately. There we go. All right, noise removal. Damn, look at all these fun Zoom settings I didn't even know were here.
Someone goes, I'm afraid to know. Yeah, why are you pimping out Stowe for 900 likes? That's it?
I mean, I'm cheap. Chris knows. I mean, that's a good. Chris knows I'm cheap.
Yo, what's going on with Meta? Do I need to buy this again?
Yes.
Yeah, buy at the highs, Chris.
It's at the bottom of a multi-month base. I think it's okay.
Great
I
bait.
love this is my new bet. This is my new favorite bit is bullish Chris versus seller Salma. This is my favorite bet ever.
No, I'm not bearish. I'm not bearish, but keep in mind that Meta is the only Mag 7 name that is green on the day and it's up 4%. If you wanted to buy, you should have bought yesterday.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna yell at me.
No, you're like,
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
it's like,
You got him going. Amazing.
Oh, thank God he's laughing. He's not mad. Okay.
Salma, I didn't know Meta was going to go up. How was I going to buy yesterday?
Bro, the chat
Attention
would tell
traders.
you.
It's algo time.
Oh man.
The chat would tell you. How did you know, Chris?
I have it in my long-term account, but
There's no way we just sold off. Really, YM?
Ooh.
Punk,
I'll go.
bro.
I'll
What
go.
a
I'll
punk.
go quite mad. Very mad.
That's good though. This is at least we got some movement here.
all right, guys, I got to head out to an appointment. I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning. Chat.
Okay, brother.
Stowe, Salma, great sesh. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your day.
All right.
Take
Thanks,
care,
homie.
Chris. Good
Toodles.
luck.
Bye.
Toodles. Toodles.
Is he gone? Is he gone? Let's talk some shit. Oh, he's still here.
It's okay. We could still talk shit because he can't talk shit back.
Is he muted?
30-year-old man. Toodles. Yo, he's so mad backstage, guys. Oh my God.
Oh man, this is cracking me up. This is great. Oh yeah. Oh, this is amazing. What a fun Wednesday. I had a good time.
Today was fun.
Oh.
All right, now we got to be serious.
Okay. You trading tomorrow? I'm pretty sure I'm trading tomorrow. 11
Why the
to
hell?
noon.
Why wouldn't I trade tomorrow?
Okay. I just meant on the show.
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow I got double duty again. You guys,
Sweet.
by the end of this week, you'll be tired of me.
No way. Never.
Hey, can you add Toodles to your lyrics?
Sure.
So that's a request by Philip.
Never. I'll keep working on the song. I'll keep it here. That was just one verse. Maybe we can do a verse. We can add to it. That can be like a group project. We can all add to the song. If we get to 400 likes in the afternoon, I'll tack on another verse. And then together, the chat and I can figure out how to write the most hilarious trading song possible. Does that sound good? You didn't feel good
yeah.
about that? All right.
Take care, Jose. Have a good day. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Are you on tomorrow for Trade the Close?
Nah, not the close.
Wait, I'm not on double duty tomorrow. I lied. Oh, darn it. Never mind, guys. Have fun at Costco. Take care, KTS.
Hell yeah. Have a great time. KTS, make sure to look at all of the blenders as well as cookware. Think about buying them and then don't buy them because that's what I do every time.
And then go around and get all the samples.
I'm like, am I gonna get these really nice pans finally? No, I'm not.
You're a window shopper?
I just like to look at them. I'm like, it's $200. Am I even a good enough cook to justify having this pan? Is what I ultimately get to.
It's not like you just made $200.
I mean, it's not about that. I'll spend $200
okay.
in many, many, many irresponsibly stupid ways. But when it comes to something like that, all of a sudden I get a little cheap. I'm like, I got the pan. Yeah, I have
I'm
the
like
pan.
that too. I'm like that too with specific things. But like go drop $100 on dinner. Yeah, no
Oh
problem.
yeah, hell yeah.
Go tell me to go buy $100 pair of jeans. Hell no.
I know, because I have
That's
a pair
where I
of
draw the
jeans.
line. Can't justify it.
You should have seen how hard it was for me to buy those dress Converse. That was almost impossible. Now I have 2 pair of Converse, and I don't know what to do with myself.
Rotate them so that they last longer.
I guess that is what I have been doing. Willow says I look handsome in my white Converse, and so I've been wearing them. Because
All right, good.
when the kid gives me a compliment, I'm like, hey, I feel like $1,000,000 right now. This is cool.
Willow's nice.
Yeah, she's nice.
The Bitcoin is making new lows, Jim says.
Okay.
Yeah. Take care, Trader Cater.
Sneaky old Bitcoin. At it again. Ooh, there you go. ES finally breaking down into that 70s now. Bit of a sell to close.
I really wish I didn't get stopped out of YM.
Did your YM die? Is that what happened? Did it finally puke off that? All right.
Yeah, my target is, well, it was 825 and we just hit 832. So it's getting there.
Okay.
Yep,
This
even
looks good.
NQ. NQ pulling back a little bit too.
Out of the pills. Bitcoin going to 50? $50? 50,000. I remember when that thing was 16.
$16?
No, 1,000.
Oh.
I don't remember. I mean, I remember when it existed. Like people were like, "What's Bitcoin?" Like 2008, 2010, maybe is it when that was?
Too bad I was 7 years old in 2008. Too bad I didn't have the money to load up on some Bitcoin.
I did because it was very cheap, but instead I spent most of my time loading up on Miller Lights and Camel Lights. So misspent youth. Could have been buying Bitcoin. Was trying to have a good time instead. Did I win? I don't know.
At what cost, though? At what cost?
Hey guys,
Jim,
If it isn't Jim Bob.
good afternoon.
I'd like to make a
What's up?
clarification if I can.
All right.
It's
God.
not Bitcoin, it's the Bitcoin.
The Bitcoin, yes.
And we are headed to 6205. That's February 6th, 2026 low. And after that, August 24th low at 49,765.
Ooh.
All right.
But this sell off at the end of the day with absolutely no wick at the bottom is not a good sign for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Boy, good job today, guys. Stowe, man, that song was awesome. You should trademark
Oh,
that.
thanks.
But I don't think that's in the same genre as Night Marathons.
No, my acoustic stuff is all very sad boy country music. Much different vibe. Much different vibe.
Yeah. We could turn this. I'll use my Chat GPT to help you with some lyrics on this for the heavy metal punk rock scene.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Well, next trade to close, the chat's going to help me write the other verse. And if we get to how many likes do we end up with? Let's use this as a barometer. 480, not bad.
Not bad. You called for
Not
5.
bad.
We'll get 5. We got a minute 30 seconds left, and we're doing a fast transition here because we got a special extended event. Nobody leave their seats. I'll introduce our next guest in a second, but don't move. Salma, you in any positions?
No, I'm done. I'm out. Enough. I've had enough of today.
Okay.
It's been a great day, but I'm done. My brain is fried.
It's almost like too much winning. Way too much winning.
And Stowe, how are you going to handle this position?
I'm just gonna let it hang. Right here into earnings. That's fine. It's 2 MES. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Either we get 25 points out of both of them, or take a 3-point stop loss on. This is fine.
Right. Well, let's give these guys a round of applause for a job well done and some great musical talent.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, you deserve it, man. You're the best. Tomorrow, special guest Remy Titat is going to be with us at Morning Gap. We have Farm doing the tape talk. Merritt and Chris will be trading the open. Nick and Stowe are going to be joining them midday markets to trade live. Get to see you again tomorrow, Stowe.
Cool.
Samantha LeDuc is going to be with Craig Shapiro at 1:35. So it's an early start. We're starting at 1:30 tomorrow. Samantha LeDuc with Craig Shapiro on the macro trade segment, and that's going to go until 2 o'clock. After that, we have XYZ. Salma's coming back tomorrow, and Nick for a tick to trade the close. So we have a huge day tomorrow. And there's the bell, everybody. Appreciate you too, as usual. Everybody stick around. Don't go anywhere. Phone your friends. Send messages. Get them back in here, because we have a very, very special event with the one and only Jared Tendler, and he's going to be doing a retail therapy session. Having said all that, Jared, take it away.
Jim, thank you so much for that warm handoff. Love to be here as always. Love to be here at all. You guys are great. Chat, let me ask a little bit more of you this session. We're going to have 2 guests on today who are going to talk about their mental game issues. We're going to do a little bit of work. And I want to hear from you all how many are resonating with what we're talking about, because I think you're going to get a lot out of these sessions. These 2 traders, they're making progress, but they struggle too. And their struggles, I think, are a lot like yours. So I want to hear more about what you all are going through. Now, I'm going to be talking to these 2 traders. And if you want to be on a future episode of Retail Therapy, fill out the survey. We're going to get it pinned to the top. It's surveymonkey.com/r/NinjaTrader. Yeah, you want to be up here getting some direct one-on-one coaching. I'd love to work with you. Lastly, I want to follow up. Stowe and Salma and Chris were doing great. I love that conversation about goals. And I'm going to post in the chat here just a quick blog that I wrote about goals. Look, if you're going to accomplish anything in trading, you got to have the right focus and intensity and motivation. And if your goals are a little bit fuzzy, a little bit off, things can get squirrely pretty quickly. And I would argue that many of you struggle because your focus gets fractured in too many different directions. And structuring good goals is not that complicated when you've got the right perspective. So check out that blog. I've got a lot of content on goals. Now, I'm going to bring on our first guest, Tony, here in a second. I do want to remind you also, I am happy to answer your questions as well. After I speak with Tony for a little bit, I want to get to your questions. So post them in the chat as well. And I'll get to those shortly. And then at the end of the session, after our second guest, I'll have as much time as I can, a little bit of lightning round, and get to as many of the issues that you want help with as well. So without further ado. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Even better. Thanks, Kevin. There we go. Tony, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Doing well. So thanks for being on here today. If you could just give everybody watching along here a quick little background on your trading and specifically what you want to address today.
Well, I've known about the markets for about 10 years, but I've been trying to take it seriously for the last 6 months. Basically what I feel like I struggle with a lot is FOMO. And because of FOMO, I think I revenge trade sometimes. So I think that's what is killing me right now.
Yeah. Well, like I said to the chat here, nobody else deals with FOMO or revenge trading, Tony. You're the only one here, so nobody else is going to get some help here. All right. So, but everybody has a different kind of flavor of FOMO and revenge trading. So maybe just provide a little bit more detail on situations where it happens for you. What specifically do you think kind of triggers it, sparks it off? How would you kind of best describe what you're dealing with?
Well, basically what I try to do is just it's a continuation trade, and I try to find a spot where I can enter. But I feel like very jumpy. I feel like when I mark out a zone, I feel like super jumpy, and I'm looking at the zone and I'm like, oh yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. And I feel like I if I see, let's say I'm trying to sell, if I see a red candle, I just like, it's time, and I execute, and maybe it's not time to go, and it stops me out, and I'm like, okay, but still valid. I can try it again, and I keep trying, and I keep trying, and I feel, and I accumulate a lot of like stop losses.
Got it. How clear is your entry criteria? Like how systematic is your trading at this point?
Uh, from 1 to 10, I would say probably like a 6.
6. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, there's definitely versions of FOMO where that entry criteria get a little bit fuzzy. 6 out of 10 is, there's still room for that improvement. And I've worked with plenty of clients who, sometimes the FOMO is actually a trigger of a little bit of a gap in their system, and they've made some improvements less on an emotional side and more from a technical side. My guess is it's probably a little bit of both for you, right? Obviously, a 6 out of 10 means there's some room for improvement there. The emotional side, you're talking about being a little bit jumpy, and I wonder to what extent there's, talking about goals, a bit of urgency to make money, a bit of urgency to kind of make your time and effort worthwhile. Yeah, like how would you kind of describe the intensity or drive that you have to make money quickly?
My urgency to make money quick.
Yeah. How, like, is that part of this here?
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like I gotta make money like right now.
Yeah.
It's like I guess like everyone goes into trading because they want to make money, and obviously that's why I'm doing it. I do like it though. I like it a lot. It's hard. I like challenges. But it's just I guess that's true. I do feel like I gotta make money now.
Would that describe the jumpiness and the kind of itchiness to get into trades, or is there something else kind of in there, do you think?
I guess so. I wouldn't call it like I'm trying to, I don't know. I guess I gotta figure that out because I feel like I do expect every day to make money.
Ah,
I do expect that. So I just feel like there's plenty of opportunities out there in the markets, and another thing I've been trying to do is just kind of restrict the time that I spend on it. But like in that I trade for like an hour and a half, and in that hour, an hour and a half, like that's I guess I feel like a little constricted sometimes.
yeah. I mean, if you're expecting to make money every day, which is incredibly hard, especially day trading.
Yeah.
Number two, if you've only got a very narrow window of time, then that can be a recipe for revenge trading. Because I would imagine, and we haven't talked about that in detail yet, but I would imagine that once you've taken a number of stops, bunch of trades fail, now the urgency and itchiness to kind of make money gets even hotter. And now you're just sort of firing off trades somewhat indiscriminately, just kind of hoping, wishing, trying to make money.
Well, I don't, not anymore. Well, like
Not anymore, okay.
example today, I had today is a red day for me. I took 4 trades, no, 5 trades, took 5 trades. But I won't, as I have an hour and a half. It's between, for me, I'm a mountain time. So when I hit 8:30, I'm like, okay, do I have a setup or not? If I don't, I just kind of get out. But today I was like, okay, I've taken stop losses. It's over for me today. It's just I'm not doing it anymore. So I guess I feel like I gotta make it back, but like I also understand that tomorrow's a new day. But every time I lose, it just hits me.
Yeah. All right, so I'm glad that you were in control, kind of prior to the session. You'd kind of come in here totally bleeding. But in historically, like the revenge trading, how would you describe kind of what that looks like?
I guess I just try to look, and again, I try to like, I literally say to myself, I've been recording myself, and I look at it, and I'm like, I say to myself, like, hey, still valid, like, still valid. Let's try it again. Let's try it again, and let's try it again, and and again, it just accumulates and accumulates and accumulates, you know.
And how much kind of anger, frustration is kind of in the kind of trying again and again?
Frustration, yeah, there's definitely a good amount.
And
Yeah.
how would you scale it on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being just like the smallest amount of frustration, 10 being, kind of that blind rage.
I guess we'll be between a 6 and maybe a 7.
Okay. Yeah, so just generally speaking, both for you and everybody else listening, when your emotions get too hot, they start to shut down higher brain functions. You start to lose, not in totality, right? You don't, not until you're a 10 out of 10 do you entirely lose your ability to think, to plan, to make decisions, to kind of anticipate the future. You become far more short-term oriented when your emotions are kind of shutting down that higher brain function. There's also a very important function that's in there too, which is emotional control. Okay, right in the prefrontal cortex, front part of your brain, is called the prefrontal cortex, and it is responsible for emotional control. However, emotions, when they rise too high, have the power to shut down that part of your brain. So, emotional control gets shut down by intense emotions. It is a very sadistic way the brain is wired, right? But so we can't work around this reality. We can only attack and correct and work with the emotions when they're smaller, because once they get to be, roughly speaking, around a 4, 5, or 6, like it can be game over for a lot of people, right? That 4 leads to another mistake, and then bam, or another loss, and bam, now all of a sudden you're at 7 or 8, and now, blown accounts and more losses pile, and a lot of desperation, kind of verging on the sense of gambling. Now, I'm not saying that you're getting to that level, but I am saying that if you're not taking aggressive action, and we'll talk about what those actions are shortly, if you're not taking aggressive action early, then that frustration is just inevitably going to rise, and ultimately, that compels you to make these mistakes, right? You can't help yourself, and that's why it's so, I think, common for a lot of traders to get very self-critical and kind of pissed off at themselves, and because they know, much like you, not to be taking these trades again and again, and yet you still do it, right? You kind of start the next day saying, all right, I'm not going to do that again tomorrow, not to do that again today. And then what happens, right? It's not because of willpower. It's not because of your goals. It's not because of a lack of desire. It's because of a lack of timing, much like in the market. If your timing sucks, well, here you're going to, lose control. So we have to be very kind of aware of the early building of that frustration and take action then. Same thing with FOMO too. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. It totally does.
Yeah. Okay, great. So let's go back to the FOMO, because that's kind of what kicks it off, right? The revenge kind of comes second. You talked about like expecting to make money every day. Now, I'm not opposed to the desire to make money every day. Like, again, go back to goals, like that will, that intensity, that drive. Cool. Expectation, to me, is a little bit off for one reason. It's kind of an implied guarantee. In your mind, when you say, I expect to make money every day, you're not thinking, and I know you're not consciously thinking this way, but the intent is that you're basically saying, I can guarantee that I can produce profits every single day. And we obviously know why that's flawed. So in your mind, what would be a slight adjustment in that drive? Because again, I'm with you, right? Money is the primary metric that you're after here. As much as you enjoy it, you wouldn't do it for free. So what would be the adjustment that you'd make to that drive here?
I don't know. I guess. I mean, I know that I can make money every day. Maybe I can just focus on the process instead of the outcome. More like I wanna take I wanna be able to enter the trade at the right time more than just I'm trying to make money because I feel like it's coming.
So I like the angle in the process. Let's get real precise though. So what if you start grading every trade that you take on a scale of 1 to 3, 1 to 5, 1 to 10? You pick it, right, depending on how clearly you can define what like an A plus trade looks like for you, what a B trade looks like, what a C trade looks like, right? If you want to just kind of go in very simple metric. Like I don't want arbitrary definitions. Like you have to define clearly, like this is what an A plus trade looks like. This is what it looks like when I start kind of messing around here. And I say that because the grading has to be something that's actually going to give you feedback that is relevant, not just like, oh, I made money today. It must have been a bunch of A trades. Like, no, like you can make money trading poorly, and that false feedback can be quite dangerous. So paying attention to how you're grading your process gives you like another result. Like every trade that you take, the quality of that trade, kind of within that system that you have. I'm not saying it can be graded perfectly, but you've got a pretty good sense of what defines high quality trading for you. And the result of your execution is a result. Whether it causes or results in profit is kind of up to the whims of the market. And that's not your job, right? Your job is to take the high quality setups as often as possible. And I think if you start grading that and start tallying up those, took 4 trades today. They were all banger trades on my end. I lost money today. All right, I did my job. Again, I'm not saying you walk away like celebrating, but at least walk away knowing that you did what you could. And then I guess my question is, how much do you think that approach would help to avoid some of the revenge trading?
I think it would help. I do have a question about that. Like, would you grade it like right after the trade, or would you just wait?
What's your average hold time? Like if you were to hold trades properly, like, full the target, how long do they typically last?
Yeah, I don't know, between 5 to 10 minutes.
Perfect. Okay. So this has helped a lot of clients, and you'd see if it works for you. But what I would do is take a screenshot of the trade, okay, and either print it out or have that that screenshot like take over your monitor, so you're not actually seeing the price action, because you can be very easily kind of like biased based on what the trade is doing immediately after you get in. So you screen grab it and then you grade the trade right then. You can do it within 30 seconds to a minute, all right? And then you've got another 4 to 9 minutes to then go see what's going on, and then now the other part of it is kind of grading your exit, right? Do you ever have issues kind of exiting trades properly?
Yeah, I do. I've been like, I get scared, man. I do get scared.
Yep.
Like sometimes I feel like it's just gonna come back and just take me out, and so what I've been trying to do is just have like different TP levels, and let's say I have 3 TP levels, and I just go in with like 3 micro contracts and just see if I hit all 3. But like sometimes I just like move those TPs around.
Yeah. So let's make that then another goal here, right? Because ultimately, for you to achieve the goals that you're after, it's not just about making a menial little bit of money every day, right? Like to make your time and effort really worthwhile, like you've got to be getting the full, R for whatever your system is set up for, out of each trade. Otherwise, you're making a little bit, and then they're not really kind of offsetting the losses that are, kind of full stops, and then you kind of start manipulating the game. The fear that you have is not market based, right? It's your own bias getting imprinted into the price action and thinking that what's going to happen, and you don't. Yeah. That is not your job. Your job is not to predict what is going to happen. Your job is to probabilistically make bets that provide an edge over a large number of trades. So just keep reminding yourself in the moment when that fear creeps up, you don't know what's happening. You don't know what's going to happen. But if you are executing, right, from an entry and exit standpoint, as best as you can, you are doing your job and you're making progress. Because at the end of the day, let's just say you go on a big heater here, right? For the next 2 months, you're consistently making money, but you're not trading properly, right? I would say that you are way worse off than in the next 2 months you lose money, but you're executing consistently. Now, if you lose money over a 2-month sample, we might say that there's more adaptation and evolution that needs to happen with your system. Great. Then do that work. You're going to get much better feedback over a bigger chunk of sample of trades than if you're manipulating things, getting bad reps, and then having to like build up the habits of what it takes to actually be a successful trader, right? If you're at least getting the good reps in, system's not working as well as I want to. All right, well, get back in the lab and do the work. But Manipulating this game kind of within the game doesn't set you up for long-term success.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So like when that fear creeps up, you just got to remind yourself like, this is me. This is not from the market, right? My job right now is to, if I got an A entry, all right, well, my job is to nail the exit. What do you think?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So then last piece of the puzzle here. So let's just assume, okay, you're taking a couple losses, but they're system trades, you're doing well, and yet you're reacting to those losses, and that frustration starts to build. What do you think you could say to yourself to help to curb that frustration and begin to kind of work your way back towards a solid mentality?
Like, what could I sell to myself?
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess. I mean, it's part of the game. I mean, you're gonna lose sometimes, right?
Yeah. I mean, again, I've not met a single day trader that doesn't take losses. Right? 100% win rate. I mean, at that point, like, I mean, you might as well just turn it into an algo and go do something else with your life, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's part of the game, and I've said this before here, but I'll repeat it because it's I think an important idea. You can't view a loss like you're losing a basketball game. Here we got the NBA Finals coming up here, right? Spurs lose game one. Okay, that's a big thing, but they haven't lost a series. But a trade, like losing one trade, I would argue is the equivalent of missing one shot in that game. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
that makes sense.
that's a much different situation, right? It's one kind of piece of the entire quarter, half, game, series. Like, so yeah, if you take 5, 6 good trades today, 3 of them win, 4 of them lose, or whatever, like, you made a little bit of money. Like, you still haven't won the game. You just, your edge is maybe starting to play out here a little bit, getting a little bit of a lead. But, the other team, right, the market can kind of go on a run, and all of a sudden you find yourself down 10. But those kind of runs happen in basketball. They happen in trading. And it's, as you said, that's why I'm kind of reinforcing your words here. It's part of the game. As a trader, you run a business. And if you didn't have any losses, then you're basically running your business without any expenses. And that's pretty rare to have, 99 to 100% profit margin.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So at each point where emotions are creeping up, whether it be FOMO, whether it be fear, whether it be frustration, you gotta be talking to yourself through that like a coach. There's nobody else in here with you, right? In those moments, you got to be the one who's the voice of reason. And it's hard. Okay, there's no doubt it is hard. But the constant application is how you train. The constant application is how you start to rewire your perspective. And, maybe 3, 6 months from now, right, you'll be having a much different issue to address. It's not going to be FOMO, fear, or revenge. Maybe it's, some slight adjustments in terms of how well you can distinguish intuition from fake intuition, right? Like the game evolves, right? The mental game evolves too. So, you don't want to have to keep kind of battling the same problems. We want to see progress and effectively kind of graduation from this current set of issues. Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Makes sense? All right, rock and roll. Any last thoughts here before we send you away?
No, sorry. Just I appreciate you. This
Awesome.
really helpful.
Happy to help there, Tony. Wish you well.
Thank you. Bye.
You got it. All right. Good stuff there from Tony. Appreciate him coming on. Questions from the chat here. I see I'm a consistent winner. Earlier today, I got 1 tick from my TP. It reverse stopped me out, break even, and went instantly back in my favor. Did not FOMO back in. So well done there. Love to see the progress. Look, I mean, FOMO is a common issue for a lot of traders. And I would say that the version of FOMO that you experience, might be different because the only kind of pure version of FOMO is believing that there is not going to be another opportunity. And as crazy as that might sound, I cannot tell you how many traders I've talked to in the back of their mind, that's what they fear. And so, yeah, beyond that, most of the versions of FOMO are a bit of greed. It's a bit of kind of fear that you're getting left behind. You see other traders making money and you're not. It's a bit of motivational, kind of competitive drive to kind of get after it. Sometimes it can come from a lack of confidence, right? If other people are making money, it makes you feel like maybe you're not as good of a trader. So the point is, you got to just do a little bit of self-reflection, a little bit of analysis to try to better understand your version of FOMO. And then you can start, much like we just did with Tony, beginning to come up with something you can say to yourself, beginning to kind of have those corrections in place. But at the end of the day, you got to be addressing it early. Now, if you're somebody whose FOMO starts as soon as the market opens, right? It's like 9:30 or whenever it is that you jump in to the market. If you cannot not take a trade until and actually be able to wait, I would say that there's two things. Number one, your drive to make money is like way too hot, right? I've talked about this already a bunch today. More commonly though, is something called accumulated emotion. Okay, emotions ideally should be processed and digested at the end of every day. So maybe you had some revenge trading, maybe you had a little bit of FOMO today, but you end the day, go do whatever afterwards, go to sleep, come back the next day, and it's like it never happened, right? You're totally reset. But what happens for a lot of traders, especially around losses, as these issues kind of accumulate, you're not really reset. You might think that you are, but if you're taking trades and you're making mistakes like right out of the gate, there's way too much emotion that's kind of carrying over. And so you got to do a bit of writing. You got to, kind of work through the old emotion that's present and start to kind of release some of that before you're going to have a chance to have that poise and presence and patience once the market gets going. All right, Charles, a question here. My biggest is fear of losing. It's a real monster. I jump so easy on red candles, showing when long is hard for me. So like the fear of losing can happen for a few reasons as well. One of the most common is the fear of losing actually is associated with the fear of self-criticism. So if losing feels like a mistake, if losing is painful, if you're expecting yourself not to lose, well, what happens afterwards, right? There's a lot of negativity and sometimes additional mistakes are made. So I think the question you got to ask yourself, Charles, is like, to what extent is your fear of losing really a fear of that anger? And if that's the case, then you got to work on the anger. The fear is actually just protecting you from it, and it's not really the problem, right? Now, the other version of fear of losing can be just the fear of the pain, right? Like, ooh, losing hurts. Like nobody wants that. It's like kind of reflexively trying to avoid that feeling. Obviously, fear is associated with sorry, I got the lawnmowers here. It showed up there today. The fear of losing can also be associated with just the feeling like you're falling behind, right? And sometimes that it feels like a knife's edge, kind of like the market can be sometimes, where if you take a few losses, the assumption is that you're going to fail. You're not going to be successful. You're going to go into a deep drawdown. You're going to really struggle for a while, and so you're kind of protecting those losses because you're trying to protect the downside that can kind of come in your mind, after one or a couple. All right, good stuff all around there. Jack, I see your question. I'm going to bring in our second guest here, Jesse, and I'll get to your questions and anybody else's questions in that kind of lightning round at the end of our session here today. So, Jesse, welcome today. How are you?
I'm doing very good. How are you?
Doing great. So, can you just maybe give a little bit of background on your trading, kind of where you're at, and what you want to work on with me today?
Yeah, so I've been trading since July of 2024 is like when I first figured out what trading was and got into it a little bit. And then I kind of traded for like that first year, like on and off. Maybe I'd be consistent for a week at a time, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, maybe. And then probably within the last year is when I really started taking it seriously and like showing up every day, journaling every day, logging all my trades and all that. And yeah, that's how I began.
Beautiful. And so what kinds of issues are you running into these days?
So right now, the biggest issue I have is perfectionism. Like when it comes to anything in trading, like I'll give you an example. Like I think it was probably 2 months ago, is like a clear example. I had a trade and I copy trade across multiple accounts, but I took the trade and I didn't realize I didn't have my copy trader on. So I took the trade on one account and the trade played out and I hit full TP. But then once I realized, like, wait, I only caught this on one trade, like my first instinct was like, wait, hold on, I need to balance this out. I need to make up for this. Like, there's something I need to fix. Like, there's an imbalance there, and it's like just pushing me, and I just give in. So that's my biggest issue. And then I also see like when I look into like my personal life or like my life outside of trading, I see like other areas where I am a perfectionist and like why it makes sense.
Got it. And what other areas of trading do you see the perfectionism or like within your execution in a bad way? Because my next question for you is, what are the good things about perfectionism? But let's talk about the bad first, and then we'll get there.
All right, I'll give you a couple. So sometimes, like for me, and the way my model works is like my ideal entry is like on the candle closure, like the candle that confirms my trade is like that. But like obviously, like sometimes you don't get to enter on that exact price. So like sometimes I'll have like a higher fill than I was planning to, and then I'll have thoughts like, oh, how can I fix that? How can I get that down? Like, oh, if we retrace, maybe I can add an average down my position to where I'm at that point, or maybe it'll be another situation where the fill is a little bit skewed and maybe my fill is a little bit higher. So I'm like, oh, my risk is not exactly perfect. Maybe I need to trim off one contract to make sure it's perfect, and little things like that.
Right. So basically, there's just a lot of extra noise in your mind because of it. And I'm sure if you were to really kind of zoom into where it's happening, you probably would think of, maybe 20 to 50 different situations where it's kind of popping up. Is that fair?
Yeah, very fair to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, perfectionism is not all bad. I mean, there's a lot of good things that come from it. And I'm curious on your end, what are a couple things that you would attribute positively to that perfectionism?
I think my perfectionism has benefited me in being able to stay consistent and just to have like an intense drive and desire to get better. And like I would say like it pushes me like every day like to log all my trades, to collect data, to do like little things like this, to where actually in the long run it benefits me.
Yeah, I mean it's obviously a huge driver in of terms of your like motivation and the desire to do a lot of the little things that don't always get noticed immediately, but certainly add up and kind of cumulatively become beneficial. So, to what extent have you, because you said you've recognized this being an issue elsewhere in your life, to what extent have you tried to work on it before? I obviously was seemingly unsuccessful, and I'm not being critical in that regard. I'm saying I'm just curious, like, what have you tried in terms of rounding out the downside,
Like outside of trading or
or
within trading?
even within trading? Yeah, either place.
Okay. Well, like outside of trading, I don't think perfectionism is like really a problem whatsoever.
Got
I
it.
think
Okay.
like so like I'll give you an example of like how I can see the correlation though. So like I used to be like a little bit heavier of a kid when I was younger, so I was a little bit self-conscious. So then I started going to the gym and I kind of like fell in love with that. So then like I took it like to the next level, like to like squeezing every little ounce out of it to the point where I weigh like all my food like by grams, not even by ounces or anything. Like each gram, every single thing is tracked, and like there's like no leeway or anything like that. So like that's where I think that's a great thing. Like for my goals personally, like that's great. Like that's what I need outside of trading. But in trading, that doesn't exactly correlate perfectly. And when you take it to that extreme, it starts to have negative effects.
Right. And so specifically within trading, would you say that the perfectionism extends to daily results?
Um, Daily, yeah. Like one of my bigger issues, or one issue I have is like accepting a red day, like being okay with ending a day when I'm down, or yeah, just like basically accepting like variance in trading. Like there's randomness in the outcome of like one trade or whatever. Like I can't control what price would do. Like it's not really something I can do. Like even though like intellectually like I understand those things, like emotionally, like in that moment, like sitting here talking about it now is like, well, obviously, like it's so clear, but like when you're in that position, like after you take a loss and you're like, oh no, and you kind of start to like spiral, you start to have these thoughts like, if I don't hit this today, or I'm falling behind, and then that will lead to like comparison and little things like that.
Yep. Yeah, you make a good point. And I want to kind of touch on this first, which is right now, kind of cooler heads understand that what you're doing, how you're reacting, how you're thinking isn't totally how you want to, isn't totally logical, isn't entirely what you know about the realities of trading, and yet that's still how you are thinking and reacting in those moments. So whether you have, as we saw with Tony, this sort of expectation of making money every day, or for you, this perfectionism, which has kind of like lots of different branches to it, like you're asking for perfection of a lot of different things. It's not like a very specific singular thing, like, oh, I'm seeking perfection in my actions, seeking perfection in my execution. If it was just that, like, maybe you wouldn't have as many of the issues as you have. But when it starts to extend out to, I have perfection in terms of my risk and price or average fill, exits, results, like now all of a sudden, like that perfectionism starts to get, problematic. So my point is that version of perfectionism is kind of in the back of your mind, and it reacts to any instance of imperfection, right? Spiking your emotions. And then that emotion becomes, again, like a bit of kind of paralysis where you're just sort of stuck in it a little bit more. You're not able to have that kind of better awareness that says, oh, well, risk is actually good enough here, right? Phil wasn't perfect, but still in a good spot, right? Maybe I can adjust my target slightly. Like you just kind of work with what you have, create the perfection based on the reality, not on the sort of mythical, I would say, kind of imprinting your own bias kind of perfectionism into the markets. So point again, just for clarity, and for everybody else, whether it's either of these two issues, whether it's an illusion of control, an illusion of learning. I hear somebody saying this sort of being an argumentative person who likes to be right. Confirmation bias, big problem, right? Confirmation bias. These issues sit in the back of your mind. Hopes and wishes, big one, right? Wishing for outcomes in trades, hoping, right? These issues live in the back of your mind, and they create that emotionality, and then that emotionality raptures your mind in a way that doesn't allow you to think in a more linear, logical way that you sort of can recognize right now. Upon reflection, there's no immediate urgency, trades in front of you. You can think clearly, but then in the heat of the moment, in that hot seat, right, those issues are just going to bubble to the surface and become problematic. So, much like we did with Tony, we've got to come up with logic that you can use to kind of weave into those moments, right? Not just to control the emotion, but to actually like upgrade your perspective so that you are thinking and perceiving about trading in the right way, from the right lens. And then a lot of these emotional issues just go away, right? You're automatically more poised and patient and present and calmer and, not reactive. So does all that make sense for out of the gate?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Okay.
It's basically like perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Fresh perspective, because perspective really does cause a lot of these issues. So let's talk about perfectionism in two ways, because I think there's a couple of things that can be happening here, and I'm going to go with the bigger, more problematic version first, in part because I see this with so many traders. I'm just kind of curious, chat. Like, how many in the chat right now? Maybe just a quick little hands up or thumbs up. How many of you either have high expectations or are a perfectionist? And this version of perfectionism that I'm going to describe here, what it does is it ends up damaging confidence. Now, I can tell that you, like many of the other clients I'm talking about here, have a lot of confidence, right? It's part of like what drives you. You have a lot of self-belief. This is not like like your confidence gets damaged in a way that removes that. No, what happens is in the heat of the moment, you start looking for results and looking for perfection because that makes you feel like you're still who you think you are, right? A person who's capable of producing that. And so when you are continually being measured up against this sort of mythical standard of perfection or high expectations, what's going to happen? Most of the time, you're going to fall short of it. And if you're continually falling short, that erodes your confidence from within. Again, not the self-belief, but almost like your bones become brittle. You're still very muscular, right? Still can flex. You can still do a lot of things, but your bones are more brittle. Uh, so here's my question for you. What are the things that you can, what are the things within trading that you feel satisfied or proud about in terms of what you've accomplished thus far in your career?
Yeah, see, that's another issue I have, is like never feeling like anything's ever enough. Like for example, like I've got multiple payouts before, but it's kind of like, oh, like this is an expectation. Like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, what am I going to celebrate? Like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And so like little things like that, like even if I look back from like where I started, like an accomplishment would be passing my first evaluation account or getting my first payout or something like that. But like in like even like having maybe a day where I follow my rules and let's say it just results in a win for this day or we end green. But even like I have a good day, I follow my rules, everything's fine, like I end the day green, but still it's like okay, that's what you're supposed to do. Like what is there to feel like accomplished about like this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. So sometimes I ask questions I don't know the answer to. I knew the answer to this one. Uh, because it's so freaking common, man. And so this is what I'm talking about, right? Where here you've factually achieved things that deserve at least a pat on the back. At least they're like, hey, that was good, like good job. And it's just like, no, you're constantly looking towards what's next. And that's fine to some degree, but what that does is it doesn't provide the stability for your confidence. And as you continue to climb higher, this dynamic is only going to get worse, right? You're making $1 million a year. Well, it's not going to feel good enough. You're making $10 million a year. Guess what? There's a lot of miserable millionaires out there because of this problem, because it's never enough. And so you can have both, and that's what we're after here. And like I just looked at the poll, like there's a good number of people here in the chat who are in this exact same, dealing with this exact same problem. Okay, this is an issue that cannot be solved immediately, but can be solved progressively. And when I say solve, I mean that you get to have both. You get to have the hard driving motivation that comes with your desire for perfection. We want to keep that, right? You've already described how good that is. But what it does is it gets to buffer your confidence where you get to feel good about your progress, about the smaller results, the smaller wins that ultimately like build up to you making some real big headway in this game. So the way I would describe it is right now you're climbing a mountain with no rope, right? You're Alex Arnold's, scaling, what was it, that building in Singapore, or, El Capitan with no rope. And if you fall, you die, right? And that's seemingly kind of how it feels, right? It's like, if I F up here, like I'm going to be in the crapper here. What we want is for you to be anchoring yourself to that mountain. And yeah, if you slip up and you have a bad week, like it's going to hurt and it should hurt, but you don't die, right? You're still supported, right? There's strength and integrity in terms of your process, in terms of yourself, in terms of your that basic confidence. So here's the deal. You've got to start looking back at the end of every trading day and recognizing the things that you did well. And in the short term, I don't care if you feel good about it or not. You just have to start recognizing it. And the more you start recognizing it, it's going to start to grow. And you're going to feel like that's your base. And you're going to see the progression, even when you're falling short of that version of perfection. And as you see that progression, eventually it's going to start to feel like something that you have earned and deserve. And there's a satisfaction, maybe a little bit of pride, right? And then when you have some, you get your biggest payout, you make a big jump in your profitability. Right? Now that can feel great, but it's not going to feel as good as the regular progress because that has a bit more permanence to it. The big wins and the big accomplishments, they will feel empty if it's not also connected with the small stuff that you kind of earned along the way. Does that make sense? Can you kind of see how that can work?
Yeah. Because also, like even like you just talking about it, like I'm just trying to think about it, how you said, just writing it down is like something small like that. Like in the moment, like it might not feel like, oh, I've accomplished all this or whatever, but like even when I like sit down and think about it, I'm like, how do people like reward themselves? Like how, like what do you do? Like you go out for a nice dinner after you get like a pet? Like it's
No.
not. It's like
Yeah, and you don't need to, right? I think it's all relative. I think just the recognition is enough. And some people like to have those rewards, and that's fine. But it doesn't need to be that because ultimately, for me, it's more about the confidence, not the like the what you're going to go do with it.
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So then the second part of this, okay, and this is so that task has to be done every day. It's the repetitive nature that's really important. But the second piece here is converting your version of perfection into something that's just practical. Okay? Not something that is mythical, because that's what you're like when you say you can't accept variance, the other way of saying that is like that you are in control of your perfection. And then if you're in control of your perfection, you're in control of the markets. There's a part of you that believes that you should be able to control price action. And I see you smiling, so that means that we know we're on the right page here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing else you can say. It's like that's what's happening. So, to like recognize that and to truly correct it, again, repetitive, but that means you got to start the day. So we got end of the day, reflecting on your progress, start of the day, getting yourself grounded, getting yourself connected, getting yourself convinced of reality. Okay. I do not control price action. I'm not going to like, make you Bart Simpson it and write it on the blackboard, 1,500 times. But like, just start kind of drinking that water a little bit. Like, okay, where does my control really live? Like the version of perfection that is real is in my actions. And those actions include recognizing when, which is going to happen in the next few months, when you get seduced into thinking that you can control more variance, get seduced into thinking you can push a trade because you think it can go more, right? And whatever that version of perfection that turns into something that is not practical and more market based and out of your control, right? You've got to take control of that. You've got to see it. You got to recognize it and bring it back to objective reality. Where does my control lie? It's a question you can ask yourself regularly. It'll bring you back, sober you up, not get you drunk on this, mythical level of control that's ultimately going to, either like limit your success or maybe take you down in spots where you don't want it to.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. Sound reasonable? Sounds doable?
Yeah, sounds very
Okay.
achievable. Sounds like just something you have to stay consistent, and just repetition is really like the only way to get there. And I have a
It is.
question
Yeah.
for like when you say like just like acknowledging like small accomplishments and stuff like that. Like, so let's say like at the end of the day, like in my journal, like do you think like it would be beneficial for someone like me to have like at the end of my journal have like a little section where like I have I have multiple things like that I did well in the day. Like let's say I controlled risk, I managed risk correctly, I stopped trading after 2 losses. Like all these like little things that are like small wins that like you might not see like on paper, but like they're just those little things. Like, is that how you would recommend doing it?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's great. And one more thing I'll just kind of add here quickly, which is uh, it's going to be easy for your mind at times to make progress and then start to expect that progress and then not to recognize it as progress. So it's going to sound a little bit weird, but here's the truth. The only thing that is guaranteed every single day is your C game. You at your worst, you can do, if you haven't got much sleep, if you're not prepared, like you can suck very easily. You earn your best. through your actions, through your preparation, through all the little things that you're doing well on that perfectionism benefit side, you earn, right? And you cannot take that for granted. You should feel proud about how diligent you are in your preparation overall and how diligent you are in all the things you're doing within trading that you can control, right? And the only things that you can like don't treat that as being automatic and a given, right? Treat all the little bits of progress that are still in process of being learned and improving. That's where the pride has to come from.
Okay.
Okay, beautiful. All right, Jesse, thanks so much for coming on, man. Like I said, there's a lot of people here who I know are right in that category with you, and hopefully they've got some benefit from what we've discussed here.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Have a good day.
You too. All right. Good stuff there from Jesse. So you've seen 2 segments here today. You want to be on a future episode of Retail Therapy? Well, fill out the survey. It's been linked in the chat a few times. Again, surveymonkey.com/r/NinjaTrader. I'll review them and pick a few of you to come back up here in a future episode. All right, so like I said, I'm going to get to your questions and a bit of a lightning round here. We got about 10 minutes left here, so throw your questions in here. I'll get to them as soon as I can. Did see a few things in here. Jero, you're saying rubber band and the C game habits. So if that rubber band, and I know you're maybe kind of saying this a little bit jokingly, but if those C game habits pop up and the rubber band is just about getting yourself aware, then cool. But the rubber band as like a form of a punishment ain't gonna work. Okay. The punishment is not gonna actually stop you from having that happen. Why? Because it's a flaw in the back of your mind, right? You can't punish that flaw from being there. It's freaking there. If you want to make it so that you're become aware of it, cool. The correction over time is going to come from devising some logic or developing some structure that's going to change your perspective to upgrade that flaw, that bias, that wish, that illusion, that perfectionism into something that is more practical. So like progress here can't come just through consequences. The consequences can be motivational. The consequences can help you become more aware, but they're generally not a firm correction. All right. Let's see questions here. We got a bunch of them here. All right. Jack, question. Are tools to stop emotional trading before you get tilted? I struggle with accepting losses. I will do good for 6 months and then lose 6R one day with over trading. So the word I'm going to focus in on, and I'm not critical of language, I'm just pointing it out. You struggle with accepting losses. I would argue that lack of acceptance for losses is present even in those times where you're doing well, but then it accumulates maybe over a period where the losing starts to creep up. Or what happens more is you start to get overconfident, and then you think that maybe those losses are behind you, or maybe there's a bit of an erosion in your execution, and then a loss, right, kind of snaps you awake. Like again, overconfidence can kind of make you drunk in a way. You get a little bit sobered up by that loss, but you're not happy because you're getting woken up at 3 a.m. so to speak, and all of a sudden you overreact to those losses. So to me, the end goal here is not the acceptance of losses. It's a firm understanding of the truth of how trading operates. And then losses just become a piece of the puzzle. Accepting a loss sounds like you're like force feeding your mind the truth, but there's a party that rejects it. So we got to correct that party that rejects it and understand that no, there is no wishing here. You can't wish to get to the point where you're going to make money every single day or from every single trade, right? You got to accept the truth, and that truth is just something that needs to be trained even at times when you're doing well. That'll keep you sober, that'll keep you grounded, and ensure that you're not going to get overconfident. All right, OPT, my biggest challenge is letting the trades play out. I put it to break even too early or trail stop out too early, and usually in the long run, losses start weighing in. Like I was talking earlier, sometimes the protection against a loss is the protection against the pain, the frustration, the anger, the loss of confidence. And so if that's the case for you, you got to deal with those issues. The reason you're not letting these play out is because of those issues. You got to figure out which one it is and then begin to work on it. And I know I'm not giving you a very firm answer there because I need to know a bit more about the specifics, but at least at a minimum, you can post a little bit more about what's going on there. But at a minimum, you can just orient your mind when this is happening. You start asking yourself a question in the moment, like, okay, why is it that I am cutting this trade early? Why am I moving that stop to break even? Like, what am I defending against? And you may not get answers immediately, but if you keep asking that question in those moments, you will figure out what it is that fear, or what it is that the manipulating your trades is really all about. I would just add one more thing, which is at the end of the day, even if you just sort of inject a bit of a choice point in your mind in those moments, okay? If you continually cut these trades short, you are effectively guaranteeing your failure or making trading significantly under profitable, right? You're not able to realize your potential because of just the way you're managing things. So option A is let the trades play out and get to prove the value of your strategy and your system. Option B, guarantee failure and or underperformance. If you can become more aware of that choice in the moment, because it may not immediately be punished, right? The manipulations might lead to profit, right? You get some money, you get to feel a little bit of a breather from the intensity of trading, but all you're doing is delaying the inevitable. And I want you to become more aware of, kind of the choice that you're making in the moment right then. All right. Chuck, good talk here. Glad to hear that. Advice to traders who hold on to the losers too long. I'd love to cut bait much sooner than I do. My hope on each trading is choking me. I'm glad you called out the hope because the hope is exactly the problem. So the question is, where's that hope coming from? Why is it there? You know, like hope is a dangerous emotion to have in trading. And hope is really the emotion that we have for things that are beyond our control. And I am perfectly fine, like with you having hope in relation to things outside of trading. All right. There's a lot of things that go on in the world that we don't have control of. You want to have some hope for outcomes, have at it. There's no downside. But in trading, it's dangerous because A, it means that you're not controlling the things that you are in control of, including your ability to cut losses. So, you want to make the conversion here? It's from hope to control. That's what you're trying to inject more of. And the recognition, like I've said multiple times today, the recognition of that feeling of hope is probably a little subtle, right? But recognizing it early is how you're going to push yourself to build more control. And you can think of control like a muscle. So here you are in the gym trying to bench press weight that's a bit heavy, right? Your ability to cut a loss right now means that you're weak. And I hate to say that. I don't like to call people out. I'm not being critical. I'm just painting the picture of reality. And when you're weak, the only option is to get stronger. And the only way that you can get stronger is by admitting and acknowledging that right now you don't have the mental strength yet, keyword yet, to be able to hold yourself to those stops and cut trades where they need to be and not allowing hope to steamroll. Because again, if you're hoping for things, well, you don't need to build the strength, right? The outcomes are going to happen just because of that hope. That's not really reality, obviously. Okay. JB is also weak. Look, it's totally fine to be weak. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. The biggest mistake is thinking that you're strong when you're actually weak. That's the mistake, right? Not really dealing with objective reality. All right. Got time for a couple more questions here. Longdean, I have a problem with overconfidence. Easy to make 500 to 1,000 a day, but how to stop trading? Always feel like I need to make more and end up over trading. I would wonder, right, how much are you suffering from what we talked about with Jesse, this, kind of overconfidence, this high expectation, perfectionism dynamic, where again, you're holding yourself to this standard that is incredibly high. And what it does over time is it never allows you to feel satisfied or proud. And then it's just never good enough, right? You're just always seeking more and more and more. And the reality is, this dynamic, this pattern cannot be solved with money, with results, right? There's no amount of money that can make you feel satisfied and proud. Not even external praise or validation from other people. It's got to come from you. So taking the time, much like I said to Jesse, at the end of the day, write down what you're doing well and make it a goal, right? To start getting better at ending your day in spots where you want to. And it doesn't have to always be P&L based. I mean, it might in the short term, maybe you make that as a goal in the short term just to build more strength and more discipline. But again, the strength and the discipline is going to come because there's more pride and satisfaction and more confidence behind you. All right, last question here. What do you think about being on the opposite side of success and things pan out in trading? What pitfalls would you say someone becoming profitable should avoid? Denial. We've talked about that a lot today. Yeah, this is a hard endeavor for many people. Some it comes easier than others. But at the end of the day, the way that you're going to progress the best is by being really honest with yourself. And journaling and note taking is the best way to do that. It's hard to have that perspective on a day-to-day basis, right? That's why people hire coaches, to help get that third person perspective. Many of you, it's not practical for you to have a coach every day or just in general. You've got to be that coach for yourself. And so writing is a way to kind of hold up a mirror. And you don't have to write. You hate writing, fine. Use audio recordings. There's great AI transcription services out there, right? Just start talking and then give yourself the ability to see what's going on in your mind. See how you're reacting in certain situations, right? The best of the best, they are ruthless at identifying their weakness. The people that struggle to break through, they're oftentimes denying their weakness because they think those weaknesses are going to be the reason that they're not going to be successful. And the opposite is true. You are always going to have weaknesses. No one is perfect, myself included, right? But the faster you're able to recognize and correct your weaknesses, then you get to graduate to higher level ones. And the best traders, their weaknesses are better than most of your strengths. And that's a reality. But that doesn't mean that they don't have weaknesses, right? Everybody's got weaknesses. The best traders in the world, the best athletes in the world, best people, whatever even that means. We all have weaknesses. Right? And being honest with yours is how you're going to be able to be successful. Denying them doesn't remove them. It only holds you back in ways that become unknown to you, and that's the real crime. All right, with that, great questions all around. Great segments from Jesse and Tony. Really appreciate them coming on today. Again, if you want to be on a future segment of Retail Therapy, fill out that survey, and I'll be back next time answering your questions and working with some new traders. So thank you everybody for being here today. Always appreciate it. And I'll look forward to seeing you all next time. Take care. Be well.